You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. If I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, 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 yo. My bad, my bad. Hold on, I'm trying to like. Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? Good, great, grand Sunday, ain't it? Ain't it a great Sunday? It's a great Sunday. Start of the week, hopefully you started off right. Man, I was supposed to be on earlier, chat. But they try to hold me, chat. They try to hold me on this good Sunday, but God is good, you feel me? Don't forget to smack that like button if you haven't done so already. You should already do that as soon as you come in here. It's like walking in somebody's house and you wipe your shoes off. You know what I'm saying? Didn't your mama teach you some manners? Didn't your pappy teach you some manners? That's what you do when you join the channel, man. You just go ahead and smack that like button, man. Keeps us going and growing and things like that. You feel me? Be respectful. If I call your daddy, come slap you. Or Wembenyama, who your mama. You feel me? But yeah, man, let's get right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hermanos, mi hermanas, ladies and lads, prince and princesses, brethren and sistren, kings and queens, and everything in between. Y'all know what time it is. Doctors in the house. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. It's a wonderful Sunday, wonderful day to be alive. You feel me? We had some great boxing, and we got some good boxing to talk about right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and hit this roll call real quick. I see some wonderful, beautiful people in here. You know what I'm saying? Some kings and some queens in here, man. I see my brother Ill Will in the building. What it do? My player partner Ill Will in the building. We got my brother TSO Bodega Ty in the building. You know what I'm saying? My boy gonna do a lot of things. But you know Ty ain't gonna eat no IHOP. Shout out to El Jefe Perez in the building. My brother Oscar Perez, mi hermano Carnal. Salute to you. My PIC partner in crime. We got the 5-star General Birdman J. Aura in the building. Let's go. Who else we see? I see my brother Peel out in the building. My guy. I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. If I missed anybody, I think I got everybody, man. So yeah, we got some boxing to talk about, man. We saw some craziness. I'm not gonna say craziness because we expected it, right? But I ain't expected like that. Vergil Ortiz ran through Erickson Lubin like shit through draws. Excuse me, cursing on a Sunday, but God forgive me. Speaking of God, let's go ahead and say our prayers like we always do. So join me and bow your heads before we get into the nonsense and the buffoonery and this gosh dang some of these talks that we have that may be a bit diabolical. Let's go ahead and say our prayers first. Please join me and bow your heads. Thank you, Lord, for bringing us into this Sunday. We start off this new week. Hopefully we put you first. And please give us a strength to just keep going. No matter what we're going through, no matter how long the process is, no matter how much pain we take, know that pain is temporary and that you can deliver us. As long as we stay focused on you, we keep calm and we keep on pushing, Lord. We know that any obstacle that we face is nothing that you can't handle and nothing that you put on our plate that we can't handle through you. So we've been through problems before. We've been through troublesome waters before. We've been through deep valley before, and we've been to the mountain peaks before. We can always get back, Lord, as long as we stay focused on you and as long as we have our mind and our heart in the right place and we try to be the goodness that we seek, Lord. So we thank you for your strength. We thank you for your courage. We thank you for your love and your blessings and even the blessings that we take for granted. You know, like we want to thank you for our prayers that we have, that we receive, and we also want to be thankful even if we find ourselves disappointed in not receiving our prayers, because we also want to focus on that, you know, to be thankful on the prayers that on the blessings that you gave us that we didn't pray for, you know. So some of the things that we overlooked, Lord. So we just thank you. We give you all the praise on this wonderful Sunday, and please carry us throughout this week and let this week be even better than it was last. Through Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Let's get right, man. We got my brother Armando Castillo Melli in the building. Saludos, salutations, my brother. Saludos to you. He says, Ortiz and Boots, they want to fight the best. Come on now. It's promoters, especially De La Hoya, who are interested in the money. Come on now. But they want more money than the fighters. That's true. We're going to talk about that, man. I'm so glad you started off like that. But let me catch up. You know what I'm saying? We got Ty in the bill say, Sirski. Birdman says, let Errol Spence fight with Charlo. I agree, man. I agree. Let me see what Pilau says. He says, what y'all think? What y'all think? Do Vergil got something for Boots? Absolutely he does. Absolutely he has something for Boots. Of course. You know, I've always said this is a good fight. I'm leaning towards Boots, but of course Vergil has something for everybody in the division, just like Boots has something for everybody in the division. You know, a lot of times we got to be, shout out to Erickson Lubin. You know, shout out to Erickson Lubin. He was on the losing side of the fight, but you know, it takes courage to get in that ring, and that doesn't mean that Erickson Lubin is finished. I do think that his championship aspirations may need to be reconsidered just because of where he's at in his career, you see what I'm saying, and the division that he's at. Not that he can't be good or be a contender, but a championship level contender, I think that it's solidified that he's not that anymore. I mean, not just what Vergil did to him, but what Vergil did to him in conjunction with what Jermell Charlo did to him. Like, you can't be getting ran through like that twice. You know what I'm saying? One time, Jermell Charlo, okay. But then it happens again in 2 rounds for Vergil Ortiz, and then he took a lot of damage to Sebastian Fedor. But there's a shining light in the Sebastian Fedor fight, right? You could say that he was winning. A lot of people thought he was winning up until his face swelled up to a point where he was almost unrecognizable, right? So, you know, you can still find some shining light that, yeah, he lost, but he was winning on the scorecards. Kind of like when Brandon Adams beat Boachuk the first time. A lot of people had Boachuk winning up until he got knocked out. So there's some silver lining that you could take from there. Or even like Alexander Vazdik when he fought Beterbiev back in the day. 2 of the 3 judges had Vazdik up, you know, until he got knocked out. So you can always take some things like, okay, bet I was outboxing, I was doing that. But when you get whooped like that by Charlo, there's nothing to take out of it besides you just got put to sleep. And then when you get whooped like that by Vergil Ortiz, what can you take from that, bro? You can't really take anything positive from that. So that's why I think it's, and same with Tim Tszyu. What can you take positive out of losing the Bakram the way you lost? Like, you could take some things with Fedor, like you know, it ended early because of the cut, but you bust his nose, you know, you bust his lip and you broke his nose. So you could take some positive. What can you take positive if you're Erickson Lubin out of the fight with Vergil Ortiz? Besides, I mean, I guess the pay, but that's not enough, you know, for us to believe that you have championship aspirations. So I don't want to say that he should retire, but I do think that is they need to reconsider some things. But it's just funny because and shout out to time, but and I hate to speak like this because I've never been no hater, man. And sometimes if you say things, I don't know, because I'm not celebrating the loss for Lubin. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I picked Vergil Ortiz. I said something was telling me that he was going to get stopped. I said 8th round stoppage. I didn't think he was going to get stopped like that. That was crazy. I never anticipated that. But I did pick Vergil Ortiz. However, one of the reasons why I was like, man, I just don't, Erickson Lubin just don't feel right. He just don't seem right. One of the reasons was because he was training with K. Karoma. And I want to say this, like, see how I can explain this. When you make a pick, right, you want to be right, but I make a pick because I go off what I feel. Like, I could like somebody and be rooting for somebody, but I could pick the other person. For example, Deontay Wilder's one of my favorite fighters. I knew I picked Zhang to beat him. You see what I'm saying? I like, I'm trying to think of another example. Subriel Matias and Liam Paro. I didn't pick Liam Paro because I liked him more. I thought that he would beat him. So I usually remove my emotions out of it as far as that goes. So when I say something the opposite, like if I see K. Karoma in your corner and I don't think it's going to bode well for you, I'm not saying that because I don't like K. Karoma. I'm just going off of analytics of what I've researched and what I've seen, right? You know, and I just never forget when Michaela Mayer called K. Karoma and his co-trainer, T-shirt boy Flick, you know, as they Flick, and it just, I feel bad because when she called him T-shirt boy Flick, that just stuck with me, and you know, it just makes the whole team look bad. And you know, of course, Michaela Mayer beat Sandy Ryan twice, but you know, K. Karoma, long story short, K. Karoma was Erickson Lubin's trainer. When I saw that, that made me even more confident that Vergil Ortiz was gonna win. And the reason why I say I'm not celebrating it is just that, you know, sometimes when you pick something, it's like when if I pick Vergil Ortiz, I pick him by stoppage. I'm like, yeah, bro, I got that right. You know what I'm saying? I feel good about it. But when I say that, okay, K. Karoma was your trainer and I don't think you're going to do good, I'm saying that not with hate. I'm saying that I'm hoping that the guy that K. Karoma's training is going to prove me wrong. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not excited about Erickson Lubin getting smutted by Vergil Ortiz because K. Karoma was in his corner. But I take notes and it's noted that Erickson Lubin got smutted and K. Karoma was in his corner. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not rooting for it, but I can't help what I see. You see what I'm saying? I can't help what I see. And I got to be honest. I kick it to y'all from an honest standpoint, a real standpoint, man. And I'm going to be honest, you know, when I saw K. Karoma was in his corner, that added to, I mean, when I peeped that he was training with K. Karoma weeks ago, that made me more confident that he would lose. And gosh, dang, he lost, boy. That joke was crazy, man. Todd said that trainer ass. That's crazy. I ain't gonna say he ass, but boy, he trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
He just gotta show us something, man. I don't know, man. If you're a fighter, you gotta look at things like that, man. Even if it's just, you feel me? He said, shout out to my brother Oster, man. He said, Doc, I'm messaging with you about the Vergil. What you talking about, Oster? Shout out to my brother Oster in the building, OGO in the building. He said, Doc, that was a long ass. It's Sunday, bro. I gotta take it to serving, man. You know how the black churches go, man. They be like, we gonna be out here in an hour. That mean about 3 hours. You better bring your picnic basket and all that good stuff, your snacks and your water. Yeah, man. You know we gonna give you the long prayer, man. It's Sunday, man. Watch your mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, God, that's him talking. That's not me. I'm just reading. That's crazy. That's a long prayer. Hey, shout out to Birdman. He said, definitely don't retire yet, but Lubin might have entered gatekeeper status. I agree. But I will say this. Let me see what Ill Will says. He said, Ortiz wanted 3 year out the ring, Spence over Boots, duck sauce. I agree, man. And I want to say this. I'm going to play the duck sauce because that is some ducking stuff. But shout out to my brother Oscar. I was thinking about this. I'm not going to blame Vergil, but when you're part of your team, if your team ducking, you ducking. But look, I want to show y'all something. Speaking on that, man, and this is what Ill Will, my brother Ill Will, is alluding to, man. This right here. The guy's name is Promoter 559. And I saw this last night, man. This happened immediately after the fight, chat. Man. Yes, sir. Psalms 121. Hey, to be hermano from Tijuana, Mexico. Yes, sir, my brother. Big salute to you, man. This is what Vergil Ortiz's brother. I said mi hermano. That's why I made me think of brother. Promoter 559, who's the manager of Vergil Ortiz, which I thought it was Eric Gomez at first, but it's not. You know, Eric Gomez works closely with Golden Boy. But he says, I think Ortiz versus Spence at Cowboy Stadium, the biggest all Texas matchup in history, and Charlo versus Boots as a co-main, and the winners fight each other. Just might be fire. It just might be pussy too, but it just might be fire. Yeah, it might be fire. Might be pussy too, but it might be fire. He says, makes sense. Charlo and Boots both turned Ortiz down. You see how you try to throw that little thing? And that's what Boots was talking about. And I want to, before we get into this, right, I want to talk about Boots. A lot of people are saying that Boots seemed nervous and Boots was talking about the money. Everybody doesn't have the gift of gab, bro. Everybody doesn't have everything, bro. Vergil Ortiz, was his trash talk good? Like, that was Vergil and Boots. That wasn't Paulie and Adrian Broner. Everybody doesn't talk trash well. You could tell that the man was just excited and his words got to fumbling and stuff like that. So I don't even know how you could see that face off and think that Boots just wants money. I saw some goofy on Twitter say that, oh, I was a little concerned because Boots was talking about let's make the biggest bag. He's saying that is also a nice addition to their fight, that not only could they make the biggest fight, but in addition to that, you could also make a lot of money. So it adds another incentive, another layer to incentivize the fight. He's not saying that I just want to fight Vergil for the money. Like, Boots is unified, or was unified. He's the most accomplished. Don't get it twisted. He was unified and he was a Ring Magazine belt holder. Vergil Ortiz is ranked #1 in the ring. He's not the Ring Magazine champion. Those are two different things. So if anybody was wanting a bag fight, it's Vergil, right? Vergil's the only one that didn't fight for a belt yet in 147 or 154, not welterweight or super welterweight. So how are you coming to the conclusion that Boots flew from Philly to Texas and Eddie Hearn flew not just from a whole nother region, but from a whole nother country, from the UK to US to Texas, to just make a money grab? Come on, bro. Like, stop it, bro. Like, anyway, that just annoyed me. But anyway, back to the manager, right? I think Vergil and Boots want the fight. Don't get me wrong. I do believe Vergil now. Like I said, I've always liked Vergil, but I'm just not sure of your team. But your team is a reflection of you. When your team comes out and says this, and your pop says the crazy stuff that he was saying about Boots needs to earn the fight, and Oscar saying things like, oh, I urge you to stay home, that doesn't scream that they really want the fight, man. It is what it is. So you don't even have to read between the lines. You just got to read the lines. You ain't got to read between them. Just read it. You see, like, they don't want the fight. Now this man is talking about fighting Spence. That's a money grab. But you're saying that Boots is the one that wants to fight for only the money. And once again, more importantly, who cares if they want to fight for money? Don't you do what you do at your punk puss ass job for money? Don't you sweep the floors of the barbershop for money? Don't you bag the groceries at the grocery store for money? Don't you teach, what if you're teaching the class to the kids, don't you also do it for money? Yes, you get fulfillment that you're impacting somebody's life, but you're also doing it for money. You ain't doing it for free. Ain't nothing stopping you from cleaning up the earth for free. You ain't got to get paid for it in the grocery store. Ain't nothing stopping you from going to the hood or going to the rural area teaching the kids for free. You ain't got to do it under the confines of a classroom. So everybody does stuff for money. It's a very important resource. But anyway, he's not just fighting for money. He's fighting for legacy with Vergil Ortiz because there's a rivalry there, and they would also get money. There's nothing wrong with that. Stop demonizing money because you broke. That's it. It's a resource. That's all it is. It's not like they're worshiping money. But anyway, I think that this is weak because Errol Spence, we haven't seen him in 2 years, and he got beat down by Terrence Bud Crawford. Jermell Charlo, we haven't seen him in the same amount of time, 2 years, and he didn't get brutalized by Cinnamon, but he got embarrassed by Cinnamon, right? He made him look like he turned the lion into a pussycat. Let's call it what it is. You know, I ain't gonna lie. You know, we were called it lions only, and then he popped up with Canelo, and then he looked like
Nigga, you's a bitch.
Canelo made him look like, you know what I'm talking about? Look like an old putty cat. But so what I'm saying is that if you're fighting these guys, Texas or not, rivalry or not, it looks kind of weak, bro. Like, you're fighting two guys that are coming off of losses and long layoffs. That's just no bueno. You feel me? That's not good, bro. And I think that like, this guy has it backwards. Like, shout out to I think it was Ill Will, and I've said this as well, right? Let's go back to the tweet, right? Why would you say Ortiz versus Spence and Charlo versus Boots? Why wouldn't you say Charlo versus Spence and Vergil versus Boots, and then those winners could fight? Because we want to see guys on the same trajectory. Vergil and Boots are both in their prime. Vergil and Boots just won their last fight. Y'all should fight. And then Charlo and Spence, they're both not in their prime. They're both in the decline. They're both coming off a 2-year hiatus. They're both coming off of losses. Why would you want an easy fight unless you want easy fights? Exactly. Why would you advocate for an easy fight unless you want easy fights? There's literally no point in doing this. And this is the thing. I will say, I said this last night. I'll say it again, and I said this before. I don't think that the fight's going to be next anyway. But if the fight is not going to be next, Oscar, tell me, do you feel this? If the fight's not going to be next, one of y'all better be going for a belt. If not both of y'all. If Vergil Ortiz is not fighting Boots next, bitch, you better be fighting for a belt. You better be fighting Bakram. You better be fighting the winner of Abbas Barao and Xander Zayas. You better be fighting Sebastian Fundora. And same with Boots. If you don't fight Vergil, bitch, you better be fighting Bakram. You better get that IBF strap. You better be fighting Sebastian Fundora for the WBC strap. You better be trying to fight the winner of Abbas Barao and Xander Zayas for the WBA, WBO straps. But you know what doesn't accomplish that? Ortiz versus Spence does not accomplish getting a belt, right? Boots fighting Charlo does not accomplish getting a belt. So why would you advocate for this? Because Vergil Ortiz does not want a belt, bro. It is what it is, bro. And you could say it's not Boots, or you could say it's not Boots or not Vergil, but it's Vergil's team. You can't say the same about Boots because Boots didn't only have one belt. He didn't only have 2 belts. He had 3 belts. Not 1 time, not 2 time, but 3 time. He had the WBA belt that he won off of Stanionis. He had the IBF belt, and he defended against Karen and other people. And he had the Ring Magazine belt. And the only reason why he's beltless now is because he gave that up to go to 154. And if he wanted, he could have the IBO belt from Williams Malima. But people don't want to talk about that, man. We can talk about the real around here, bro. I think that this is trash that Vergil Ortiz and his team. I don't think, like, once again, I want to emphasize, I don't think it's Vergil Ortiz himself, but his team. Oscar De La Hoya, his manager, his pops, they talk about Boots got to earn it. Boots may not be next. This and that. We have other options. Nah, bro, you ain't got no options. Go get a belt, bro. Go get a belt or fight Boots. Your option is Boots or belt. Belt or Boots. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. But they don't want that, though. Shout out to Oster. He said, Docs, it's not Lions no more. It's the Cubs. Chill out, Charlo, man. Chill on Charlo, man. Hey, I much rather see Spence. Come on now, Oscar. We'd even much rather see Charlo versus Spence. You feel me? Come on now. Sounded like Tank. he said we already know what Boots' backup plan is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We know that backup plan is Bakram. But this is the thing though. If his backup plan is Bakram, Ty, you think Vergil Ortiz, let's say hypothetically, right? Because I personally still think that Bakram, I have to give him as a title of the best. Right now, today, I'm going with Vergil being ranked #1. I'm cool with that. But I respect having a belt. I don't think that you can not have a belt and be ranked #1 in the division. I just think that's preposterous. I don't care how good of a performance you put on. That was a damn good performance, but that'd be my rebuttal, and I got to stay with what I am. I'm not mad at anybody putting Vergil at #1. That's cool. Belts don't mean everything, but bitch, belts mean something. So I want to ask you this, Ty, knowing what you know, if Boots fights Bakram and he beats Bakram, we already know Vergil won't fight Bakram, right? We already know that because of IBF. So imagine if Boots fights Bakram and beats Bakram and he has the IBF belt, will Vergil fight him? You already know the answer, bro. Because now it's going through the IBF route. They don't like the IBF route, right? Remember? They don't like the IBF route because you can't come in. You have to be within 10 pounds of the weight limit. So Boots fighting Bakram, literally, Boots fighting Bakram, I could argue Boots fighting Bakram instead of Vergil puts us further from Boots versus Vergil. Facts. Am I lying? I can argue. Check me out. Let's hear what I'm saying. I can argue literally and factually with documentation, not just off of feeling like a lot of these emotional goofballs do, right? Not off of feelings, off of facts. I could argue that if Boots fights Bakram, we are further from Boots fighting Vergil, that we're closer. Because Vergil does not want to go the IBF route. He told us that. That's why he didn't fight Bakram. And not only did he not fight Bakram, he took Bakram's opponent in Erickson Lubin. And now we see why Erickson Lubin fought Vergil instead of Bakram, because he got more money, because he know Bakram would have tested that chinny chin too. You feel me? So come on, bro. Come on, bro. We got to look at these things, man. We can't be oblivious to these things, man. And if you are oblivious, don't worry. I'll point it out. I'll point it out for you. If Boots fights Bakram and gets the IBF belt, it's not going to bring us closer to Vergil and Boots. I can guarantee that in fact, he won't fight him unless Boots gives up the IBF belt. Boots will fight Bakram for IBF and fight Zayas for the Zayas Abbas winner. I like that move. Yep. You sounded like Malcolm X right now. It's belt or Boots. It's belt or Boots. Shout out to Ty, man. Vergil, exactly. Shout out to my brother Ty. Vergil won't fight him. If he fights Baccarat, hey, kiss Vergil and Boots goodbye. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to think of, like, when we say things like, oh, you know, this person should earn it. How can Boots earn it? Vergil Ortiz Sr.? By going to get a belt? Well, the only belt that's available to get right now is the IBF belt, Baccarat versus Olive, the one that you don't want. So there's literally no way for him to earn it because you just talking out the side of your neck. Because he can't fight the WBC belt because guess who's in line to fight that? Number one is Keith Thurman because that's who's scheduled. But you're the interim belt holder, Vergil Ortiz. So he can't skip you to fight Sebastian Fedora. So he literally can't get a belt there. So he can't earn it through the WBC. The WBA belt holder, who is Abbas Barao, Boots Ennis is the interim belt holder, but Abbas Barao, shout out to him, he's fighting a fantastic fight against the WBO belt holder, Xander Zayas. So that means that Boots can't earn a WBA belt or a WBO belt because the two champions are occupied with each other. So there go the other two champions right there for him to earn it. And then the IBF belt, you said you have no desire to go the IBF route because of the weight. And you turn down Baccarat Murtazali your damn self. So how can he earn it, chat? I mean, enlighten me. Maybe I'm missing something, chat. Enlighten me. Because his pop said that that Boots has to earn it. How could he earn it? And why do you need to earn an interim champion? A guy that you're more accomplished than. But like I said, man, shout out to Vergil Ortiz, man. I know it seems like I'm knocking Vergil Ortiz. I'm not. I like Vergil Ortiz. He's doing his thing. But I just need some help, man, because maybe I'm missing something. You feel me? Don't forget to smack that like button. Shout out to my brother Oscar dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yeah, I want y'all to help me out because maybe I'm missing something. How can you earn it if all the paths are blocked? You feel me? So it literally makes no sense. It's literally contradictory, and they just say that you don't want to fight him, man. I know that's hard to say, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I love now the highlight though. What the good part is, right? The glass half full part. If you're an optimistic type of brother like myself, that you know the dope part is that they didn't have to invite Boots in the ring. I give them all credit for that because they could have kept him on the outside, not invited him in the ring. They didn't invite him to the fight. Eddie Hearn and Boots said that they went on their own accord, you know, which is what they could have did against Weez Malima. But they did invite him to the ring. They seemed susceptible to it. But I want to say this too. There is a thing that you could there is such a thing as posturing. There is such a thing as you just playing to the crowd and like, okay, if we don't invite him to the Boots, if we don't invite Boots and Eddie Hearn in the ring, then it's gonna look a little crazy. We gonna look like we ducking, and people don't mind ducking, but they don't want to look like they ducking. So there is that too, you know what I'm saying? But I will play the fool. I'll play Boot. I ain't nobody's fool, but I'll play the fool and be happy because that was a great performance right now and act like I don't see it and say salute to them for having the face off. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Oscar. He says, let me know when the lines are open. I will do, sir. Will do. I just think that between this right now though, you know, shout out to Lubin, but I'm not necessarily any more confident. I want to be confident that Boots and Ortiz is happening, but I'm not any more confident, realistically speaking. Outside of me being hyped and excited, I'm not really more confident when I sit and think about it, you know. But I will say this, I slept on it, and I do think if anybody has Vergil as number one, I'm not mad because Vergil beat Erickson Lubin was on a streak of fighting undefeated fighter Jesus Ramos, undefeated fighter Ardra Holmes, and then Vergil Ortiz whooped him. You see what I'm saying? But I want to be very clear as well, too. If you want to break it down, a lot of people, when Bud beat Madrimov, first off, Vergil Ortiz is on a great streak. I thought highly of Madrimov, so this is not me. I'm just speaking on the psyche of the goofballs, right? Madrimov, I thought was a great win for Bud, but people said that Madrimov was a nobody and he was a no name and nobody knew him, and all he beat was Magomed Kubernov, and he was only 10 and 0 and 1, and he didn't really deserve to be a champion. When Bud beat him and he struggled, it wasn't a good win. But when Vergil beats Madrimov, all of a sudden it's a great win. And then Boachuk, nobody heard of, and nobody rates Brandon Adams, who beat Boachuk not once but twice, stopped him one time. Nobody rates Brandon Adams, but when Vergil Ortiz beats Boachuk, all of a sudden that's a great win. You see what I'm getting at? And then Erickson Lubin, people talk trash and said that he was washed because he got ran through like shit through draws by Charlo, and then he got bink bop boot by Fundora. And people said that he actually lost against Jesus Ramos. I disagree, but it was a close fight. Could have went either way. That's what people say, that Erickson Lubin wasn't that good. But now Vergil Ortiz beat him. He's good. I don't say none of those things. I think Vergil Ortiz is on a great streak. I think Boachuk is a good guy. I think Badgermouth is a good guy. I still think he could bounce back. Call me Boo Boo the Fool, but I still believe Badgermouth could bounce back. And I still think Lubin is still a serviceable guy. I don't think he's a championship level guy anymore, but I still think that's a good win. However, you can't tell me that these same exact people, you don't care about people that beat them, or you don't count them as good wins for people that beat them, but you do for Vergil Ortiz. So what I'm saying is that if you really look at it and break it down, I could argue that for me, Vergil Ortiz is still not number one, but I'm not mad at him being number one because, like I said, I do rate his streak. That streak is nice. You know, it's not a fraudulent streak like gosh dang Joseph Parker. It ain't like that. It's actually a real streak, but let's not act like those opponents were perfect by any means. You see what I'm saying? If we really break it down. Set from Pet was good. So Boots could take 2 fights with 3 belts and fight the Vergil versus Fedora winner for undisputed, I guess. Yeah, it will, but that's not even right, man. It's just not right, bro. We want Boots and Vergil, bro. I don't want nothing else, bro. I don't want nothing else, bro. Malcolm X once said it's the ballot or the bullet. Facts. Get your hands out my pocket. Yeah, I don't even want to think. That's what I'm saying, ill. We shouldn't even be thinking about other alternatives, bro. Alternatives should happen. Why do we have plan Bs? We don't have plan Bs for nothing. We have plan B because plan A don't work. Why is plan A not working? You feel me? Plan A is not that plan A is not work. Boots is plan A. Why is that not working? Because you don't want it to work. There's no big old roadblock or hindrance or obstacle or some peak and valley that you got to go through. You just don't want it to work. I don't want to hear about no alternative. I don't want to hear about no plan B, C, D, E, F. I don't want to hear about that because plan A is right there in front of you. Jaron Busin is just won in a first round, 1 round demolition of Weizma Lima. You just won in a 2 round demolition of Erickson Lubin. What's the problem? Why are we talking about Errol Spence? He ain't fighting 2 gosh dang years. Jermell Charlo ain't fighting in 2 years. And both of them ain't fighting in 2 years, and they both coming off of L's. So yeah, I don't even want to entertain that. The fact that we're entertaining that makes me more skeptical that it's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, of course we can think of alternatives, but we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to if they really about that life like they've been talking. They said that Boost he could have signed it twice. Oh, who cares what he could have, would have, should have did? We talk about right now. Let's get it popping. And in fact, if you listen to Eddie Hearn, now I know, you know, Eddie Hearn could be a little untrustworthy, if you will, but Eddie Hearn has said that their contract with DAZN, when they read up with Matchroom, with Boots read up with Matchroom, it included a clause to where they had to fight Vergil Ortiz. The broadcasting platform, because people forget that the platforms have something to do with fights going down and not going down as well. I know people like to neglect that, think it's just the fighters. It's not just the fighters. It's the manager, it's the promoter, it's the fighter, it's the broadcast. You know, there's a lot of guys that act like they know everything on Twitter. I wish I remembered his name now, but I can't remember his name. But you know, they think it's just a fighter because you're an idiot. You see what I'm saying? No, there's other, that even the sanctioned bodies have something to do with fights. For example, Anthony Joshua didn't fight Jake Paul because Anthony Joshua has an exclusivity deal with DAZN. Where does Jake Paul want to fight at? Netflix. So that literally stops and starts fights. If you go read the rule books, the WBO, IBF, WBC rule books, especially the WBO, you will see in their clauses that their champions are allowed to not fight guys that are ranked highly in their rankings, like a mandatory, if that mandatory requires you to not fight on the broadcast that you are exclusive to. So even the sanctioned bodies accommodate and factor in when people have different broadcasting deals and stuff like that, different contracts. So what I'm saying is that there's a lot of things that go on. However, none of those seem to be an issue with Boots and Vergil. The only issue is the promoters. Oscar De La Panti and Golden Shower Promotions and not so slick Eddie Hearn. You feel me? So hopefully we get that stuff situated. We can get those fights. Now, like I said, I would not be mad if they get a belt. But once again, if Boots goes and fights Bakram, Vergil does not want to go to the IBF. So then you could argue that puts it further away from happening. If he fights Bakram, it's less likely that fight's going to come into fruition, man. Don't forget to smack that like button. You feel me? Shout out to Ill Will. He says, yeah, but Boots was doing the shit. He said he was druid. Yep. Come on now. Leaving 47, 10 years as an email champ and fighting Carey just to drop the belt is stupid. It's not a duck. Vergil T funny. Come on now. Robert Garcia don't like how Ortiz called Boots into the ring. Yeah. I agree. Seth from Pet. I agree. I agree. Birdman said Vergil gonna end up fighting the Brandon Adams, and Oscar's gonna try to sell us the idea of how tough of the Come on now. And I like Brandon. I think Brandon Adams is good. Don't get it twisted. Brandon Adams is good. But what I'm saying is that if we're gonna say that Serhii Boachuk's a great win, then Brandon Adams has to be a great fighter because he beat Boachuk not once but twice. But no one talks about Brandon Adams. You feel me? Shout out to my boy Ran in the building. What's good, pimp? Yeah, man, go to shower promotion. Shout out to Oscar, man. Shout out to Oscar, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is what I want to say too. Like, I kind of disagree that what Boots did was silly as far as defending against Karen, because at that moment, I don't think that he knew he wanted to go up to 154. You know what I'm saying? Things change, you feel me? So I don't think at that moment, because you got to remember, at that moment, he didn't go to 154, right? He defended his belt, and what happened? He fought the WBA undefeated Lithuanian champion and Amantas Stanionis. So I don't think that was stupid, because if he would have gave up the belt, then Stanionis would have had even more reason not to fight him. You know? So I disagree with that part, but I see what you're saying, but I disagree with that. I think that him fighting the IBF, I think people were trying to force Boots to 154 prematurely. You see what I'm saying? At that moment, I don't think he should have went to 154. I was hoping that he stayed at 147 and tried to get undisputed, and I would love for him to fight, him and Brian Norman to fight, but you know, sometimes things don't line up, and that's the thing. I don't get mad, but this one is lining up, so we should get Boots and Vergil. Like I said, if they're going for a belt in between, that's cool, but you know what I'm saying, if Virgil's going to fight Fundora, cool. You know, or the winner of Fundora and Thurman, cool. Get the WBC belt. You see? And then that way, if Boots goes and fights Bakram and beats him, hypothetically speaking, because that's no guarantee. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, everything happens in an idealistic fashion, right? Let's say Vergil, hypothetically speaking, fights Fundora if he beats Thurman, and he beats Fundora, right? He gets a WBC belt now. Let's say Boots goes and fights Bakram, and he beats Bakram. He has an IBF belt. Now they can have a unification, because unifications don't abide by the individual rules of the sanctioned body. So that is a way that you could kind of circumvent the 10-pound rehydration limit that the IBF automatically implements by default. You feel me? So that is a way, but guess what? I could always go back to this. And this is Virgil's manager once again saying that he wants to fight Spence at Cowboy Stadium. And who else also said this? His promoter, Oscar De La Hoya. So come on, bro. It's not even like they're talking about, well, we're not going to fight Boots, we're going to fight Fedora. Like I said, I wouldn't care. But he's not even doing that. You feel me? Shout out to my guy V-Tish in the building. He says, as much as I want to see the fight unify the belts, there's whoops. Shout out to V-Tish. He said a couple email belt holders unified. Does that count? Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out to Yes B. Yes. Oh, hold on, man. My brother Rick Timms done slid off in here. Shout out to my brother Rick Timms. I didn't even see you sliding in here, bro. What's good, bro? But no, so I disagree with the whole email belt, V-Tish, because and I'm not being disrespectful right now. I'm just speaking my mind, right? I don't mean this is no disrespect. You know, we like all comers, whether you're a casual or whether you're a purist, whatever level, beginner in boxing, intermediate, advanced, whatever, expert level. With boxing, man, you got to know how boxing works, and I'm sure that you do. If you're on YouTube and you watch boxing, I'm sure you probably know how it works, right? So there's a reason why he was emailed a belt, right? And the reason that they were emailed a belt is because A, they won their fight to put them in position to get emailed a belt, and B, the fighter that had the belt either vacated or retired, right? So if you can't, I don't really hold fighters accountable for how they get a belt. It's not their fault. Like, Jaron Boots Ennis didn't ask to be emailed a belt. Neither did Brian Norman Jr. Neither did David Benavidez. Neither did Mario Barrios. None of these fighters asked to be emailed a belt, but they get emailed a belt when they beat somebody and they're in a position once that fighter vacates the belt, who has a belt, or if a person is undisputed. And both of these are applicable to Jaron Boots Ennis, right? And Xander Zayas, right? And Abbas Barral, right? The person that had Abbas Barral's belt at 154 was Terrence Crawford. And we all know he fought Cinnamon famously, right? So if Abbas Barral would have lost to Jonas Tellis, then Jonas Tellis would have been elevated. You see what I'm saying? So no, that doesn't disqualify them. They earned that belt because they didn't email me a belt. They didn't email you a belt. They emailed the person who was in a position to receive the email. It wasn't us. So you had to fight. Same with Daniel Dubois. When Daniel Dubois fought Philip Hergovich, that wasn't for a belt. But after Usyk vacated his belt, that retroactively became the fight for the belt, right? Because if Philip Hergovich would have beat Dubois, then he would have received the IBF belt, correct? Okay, so I think we got to stop punishing the fighters for the decisions that the sanctioning bodies make. The IBF controlled when the IBF and President Daryl Peoples is the one that emailed Dubois the belt after beating Hergovich. The WBC and President Mauricio Suleiman is the one that emailed Mario Barrios the belt, right? The WBO belt, President Gustavo Oliveri is the one that emailed whoever, Brian Norman the belt, right? WBA President Gilberto Mendoza is the one that emailed Abbas Barral the belt, right? Stop blaming the fighters. In my personal opinion, I mean, you know, we only do that when we like or dislike a fighter. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are email champions, including Dave Benavidez. I like Dave Benavidez. Is he any less of a champion because President Mauricio Suleiman decided to snatch Dimitri Bivol's belt and give it to Benavidez? Not Benavidez's fault. If Benavidez would have lost, hypothetically speaking, then David Morrell would have got emailed the belt, right? That's how boxing works. That's not the fighter's fault. They don't make the rules. They just play the game and abide by them. So yeah, a couple of email belt holders is a legitimate unified champion to me. If you're talking about Xander Zayas, I mean, and it's not even really two email belt holders, right? Because Xander Zayas actually won his belt because he beat Jorge Garcia Perez, right? That was for a vacant belt. Just like Sam Noakes and Abdullah Mason are fighting for a vacant WBO belt, right? So it's not like they're just getting it for nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So he actually fought for a vacant belt against Jorge Garcia Perez, who was coming off a win off of Charles Conwell. Abbas Barral, you could say he was emailed. I mean, I disagree then too, because like I said, he beat the interim champion in Jonas Tellis. Jonas Tellis was a WBA interim champion. Abbas Barral beat him, and then once he beat him, he got elevated because Terrence Crawford decided to go fight Cinnamon. That's how boxing works. Speaking about how boxing works, perfect segue. Perfect segue. Shout out to Smoochie in the building, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Shout out to Smoochie. Said, G Willikers, Batman. I'm asleep. Doc is live on a Sunday. You know it. You know my team. Chat, I have a question now. Chat, should we I have something to talk about, chat, because it just might remind me, speaking of how boxing works and stuff like that, how it actually goes, right? I saw something on Twitter, and I don't know this person, but I have a question. Should I get into it, chat? Should we be with the shit on a Sunday, or should we let it go? I'm asking y'all, chat. What y'all want? Y'all want me to talk about it? Y'all want me to let it go? It's up to y'all, chat. I'm gonna leave the ball in your court. Then we go open up the phone lines and let people call in. But y'all want to get into this shit, or y'all want me to let it go? You know what I'm talking about? You want me to let them live, or you want me to be on their head top? I'm gonna let y'all decide. I'm gonna let y'all decide. Cause you know I ain't got no problem either way. Shout out to Smoochie in the building, man. One time for the ladies. Seth from Pet said, yeah, go with yeah, because you ratchet. Yes, B says, talk about it. He said, talk about it. Smoochie said, talk about it. Oh, my. Okay, bet. So I saw this right here, right? You know me, I'll be browsing Twitter. And number one, I'm trying to build my presence on there. So follow your boy on Twitter. You know what I'm talking about? But also, I like to talk about the way boxing operates because I am familiar with how boxing works, right? And I saw this message, and I thought this was one of the worst messages I've ever seen, right? But I've seen it all the time, right? This person, and the irony, the reason why I remind me, because the person's name, I didn't even remember, but it's funny. This person's name is How Boxing Works. So this is what he typed. This is at 11:55. You remember what happened at 11:55 on the 8th of November? What? He already brought it to life, brother. What happened at 11:55 on the 8th of November? Vergil Ortiz just beat Erickson Lubin, right? So the brown American, Vergil Ortiz, beat the black American, Erickson Lubin. The brown American, Mexican American, Vergil Ortiz, beat the black American, Haitian American, Erickson Lubin. Correct? Correct, right? This person said, y'all got to stop just picking the black guy. Y'all got to stop just picking the black guy. Y'all got to stop just picking the black guy. And his name is How Boxing Works, or her name, I don't know. Bitch, that's how boxing works. Apparently, you don't know how boxing works. It's just so crazy. I don't know if they're black. I don't know if they're brown. I don't know if they're male. I don't know if they're female. I don't know if they're white. I don't know if they're gay or straight. I don't know. I don't care. But the point is that why are you like? I feel like people try to target people so much. You know me. I picked Vergil Ortiz. I didn't pick Vergil Ortiz because he's the brown guy. I didn't not pick Lubin because he's the black guy. I picked him because I watch boxing and I analyze it, and I think I make an assessment and think who's going to win based off their history, based off their past performances, based on the personnel they fought, based on a lot of factors. You know me, I wrongly picked Canelo over Terrence Bud Crawford because I grew up all cinema. I like cinema. That's my guy, right? I like Terrence Bud Crawford too, but I thought cinema was going to be too big. You see what I'm saying? I picked Zhang Zhang to beat Deontay Wilder. I didn't pick him because he's Asian. I didn't pick him because he's Chinese. I did not pick Deontay Wilder because he's of African descent and or he's American. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people that do. How many people do you know pick people because they have something in common with them? It doesn't matter what sport you're talking about. That's how sports works. Not just boxing. His name is how boxing works, or her name. And they don't know how boxing works. Bitch, that's how sports works. That's how life works. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that the casual fans, they do that all the time. So you could have easily just said, you got to stop picking the brown person just because they're brown. Why'd you say you got to stop picking the black person? Because some people are easier targets than others. Because he knows he or she's probably pandering to a certain community, and they know that they can't talk trash to that community, but they can talk trash to this community. You know how many white people pick white people because they're white? You know how many black people pick black people because they're black? You know how many brown people pick brown people because they're brown? There's nothing wrong with that. If you're trying to impose some inferiority complex or superiority complex, then that's what is bad, because you're being racist, ignorant, and just prejudiced. That's wrong. But bitch, I'm from Florida. I like Miami Heat. I'm not saying the only reason why I like Miami Heat is because I'm from Florida, but that has something to do with it. People pick things that they can relate to. You feel me? It's kind of like the ignorant people that say, "Oh, when a woman ran for president, oh, you only picking her because you're a woman." Well, did you only pick the other white presidents because they were white and men? Like don't try to put everybody's pick. Like, there's a good reason to pick Erickson Lubin. I didn't pick Erickson Lubin. You know what I'm saying? I thought there was a better reason to pick Vergil Ortiz. But what I'm saying is that you could easily say, "Oh, you got to stop picking the brown person, bro. You got to just stop picking the white person, bro." But you said you just got to stop picking the black person. You sound like a little cornball, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You sound like a corn. You corny, bro. Like, whoever that is corny. That opinion is trash. You gotta put that back in his back pocket.
Know your fucking place, trash.
That shit corny as hell. Am I tripping, chat? Like people probably pick Lubin. Some people picked him because he's black, just like some people picked Vergil because he's brown, just like some people pick Caleb Plant because he's white. Right? People do that. That's how sports works for the casual. But if you look into it, you can't just make it seem like the people who picked Lubin only picked him because he's black or because he's Haitian or because he's American. No, some people did an assessment and thought that Erickson Lubin would win. In fact, I could show you trainers, I could show you boxing historians or pugilist enthusiasts or boxing aficionados that picked Erickson Lubin to win. They didn't pick him because he's black. But I have a feeling when you say things like that, you probably did not pick him because he's black. Or you did not pick somebody because they're brown. Or you did not pick, like, well, my point is, a lot of people like to project how they feel. Like, you might only pick somebody because of what they're not. That doesn't mean that everybody else does. That's all. So I just thought that was a terrible comment. Not that that comment was trash. I ain't gonna lie. Doc, you ever remember a lot of people making inflammatory statements are bots? That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, we gonna talk about this bot ass. We gonna talk about the bot. You know what I'm saying? People pick because a lot. My point is that the majority of people do pick like that. But why would you target that community? You see what I'm saying? You could have said that about anybody. When Naya Inoue fights, you could say that a lot of people only pick him because he's Japanese, and they relate to that. You could say when Canelo fights, a lot of people only pick him because he's Mexican. They relate to that. When Boots in his fight, you can say a lot of people only pick him because he's American, and he relates to that. But you pointed out that people only pick Lubin because he's black. You got to stop picking just because they're black. You could have said it about anybody, but you picked. It's like, remember when I talked about Douglas Fisher? Remember what I said that Douglas Fisher, coincidentally, we talk about Usyk and how great he is. We talk about Inoue, how great he is. We talk about Bud, how great he is, right? We never tell them to move down. No one ever says Usyk should move down to fight Beterbiev. No one ever says that Bud should move down. Well, maybe now because he just went to 168, but I'm talking about when he's at 154. No one tells him to move down to fight Shakur. No one tells Inoue to move down to fight Bam. Everybody should move up because you respect the guy who's accomplished more, right? But when he talked about Clarissa Shields, he told Clarissa Shields to move down. And she has more undisputeds than everybody I just named. She's 4-time undisputed in 3 different weight classes and undefeated. But she should move down from heavyweight to fight Alicia Baumgartner at 135. Because some people are easier targets than others, bro. So they will say these nonsensical ideas and make these erroneous assessments and these inflammatory statements because they're trying to pander to a certain community and say, hey, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Let me tap dance for you. I'll do a little jig if you like me. Look at me. You see what I'm saying? Because that same statement could have been made for every fight, bro. Almost every fight you can make that same statement. Right? Am I tripping? Am I tripping, chat? I'm not tripping. I know. Yeah. Hey, except for Pet. Cruz and Roach are about to fight. Don't pick Roach because he's black. What? Yeah, they said Ward should move down. Exact. Come on now, Rand. Yeah, because there's easy targets. That's why. You know, it's a shout out to Sir in the building. They won't say that in person. They only say that kind of stuff online. But come on now, Birdman. It's crazy. You see how they do with Elijah Garcia after his robbery win? He was fighting 217. All right. But yeah, man, he said Vergil was negative 1,000 favorite. That's a big favorite, especially considering Lubin is good. Yeah, bro, I picked Vergil. So what I'm saying is that why isolate that audience? Like, you know, it's because, like I said, I don't know if they are. Maybe if they're, I don't know if they're white. I'm assuming that they're black. That person that said that, and that, I'm not saying that makes it worse or better. Do you know what I'm saying? But I got to respond to something like that because I think that is I think that's weak in nature. Like, people, I'm not saying people don't, but that's how sports works. Like, you're gonna, especially in the boxing, right? Boxing plays the ethnicity or race and nationality card. I like to say race because we're all one human race. You see what I'm saying? But you know, for the sake of the argument, right? That boxing does that. That's why boxing loves to have the Mexican versus the American, or the brown versus the black, or the Asian versus the South American. You see what I'm saying? Like, or the Japanese versus the Mexican. They like to play, or the Puerto Rican versus the Mexican. They like to stir up the cultural battles because that galvanizes the communities to come out and support their guy. And what do they mean by their guy? It means that the guy that you relate to. But this guy is telling you not to go with the guy that you relate to because somehow it makes you inferior. And who did he pick to demonstrate that with? The same people everybody picks to demonstrate some nonsense with. Black folks. Exactly. And I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? You may not be proud of who you are. I'm proud of who I am. We should all be proud, no matter what. If you look like me, or you look different or whatever, you should always be proud of who you are. Don't let nobody try to minimize your pride when it's boxing, bro. You know how many, like, come on, bro. There's people that pick Vergil, that's gonna pick Vergil over Boots just because he's brown. So what? And there's people that are gonna pick Boots over Vergil just because he's black. So what? They're both American. I just see it as two Americans. You know what I'm saying? But everybody sees it different. I see American versus American. It's like Stephen Bredman Edwards, a trainer. He said that we have a Mexican versus a black. I'm like, don't you mean black versus brown, or two Americans fighting each other? Because one's Mexican American, the other one's Haitian. The other one is the other one's brown American, one's black American, and Boots and Vergil. But anyway, two beaches though, man. We over that. I just want let's keep it pushing. But yeah, I'm gonna open up the call. Let me get some people in the call, man. If you want to call in, you can use the link. Man, I just don't like ignorance, man. I just don't like ignorance. And especially when it's ignorance that's very one-sided, or very, you know what I'm saying? It's isolating one type of community, and it's hypocritical in nature, because you can literally say that about everybody in boxing, every community in boxing. But you tell me why he felt it's like with Floyd, right? I'm gonna give you another example. Come on, Dr. Sunday, turn the flame down, bro. You fly. Hey, check me out, Illa. But check me out though. It's like with Floyd, right? I'm gonna give you another example. And look, I'm not. You know, we could talk about everything in this channel. We do. You know what I'm saying? I rock with y'all. Y'all rock with me. Thank you for that. Let me feel free to express myself. You feel me? But like, you know, whatever side of the war you're on, whether it's, you know, you with Israel or Palestine, whatever side, that's your business, right? But we know Floyd is a support of Israel, right? And I don't. That's none of my business, you know. So you do whatever aligns. You do whatever aligns with how you feel, right? But there's guys, like there's this one boxer. He came out and he was like, "Oh yeah, man, Floyd is a piece of trash because he's supporting Israel." And then this other guy, he was showing himself and his kids like defacing Floyd Mayweather mural, saying because he supports Israel, and that's cool. That's what you believe. But then one of those guys that I just named, one of the aforementioned two gentlemen, they said that they hope Pacquiao beats the hell out of Floyd because Floyd supports Israel. You know who also supports Israel? You ready for it, chat? You know who also supports Israel? Pacquiao.
You dumbass.
But that's ignorance, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy. It's the man said he doesn't like Floyd because who Floyd supports, but he doesn't like this guy because who he supports, which is cool. But then he likes this guy, Manny Pacquiao, and they both support the same thing. So for the same reason he doesn't like Floyd, and he's very adamant and very comfortable speaking out against Floyd, he's quiet when it comes to Pacquiao, and he supports Pacquiao to beat up Floyd for the reasons that are similar that they share, bro. They share, bro. Like, so once again, I'm just highlighting to you that there's certain people that often look a certain way from a certain place, and they're all usually the same place and the same look and the same complexion. People are just way more comfortable with attacking them because I guess he doesn't want the Filipino community on his head top. But us, there's going to be some of us that are like, yeah, man, he's right. He might be right in principle, but he's wrong in principle. Or should I say he might be right in thought, but he's wrong in principle. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to like Floyd for his stance on Israel, then how can you like somebody who has the same stance on Israel? No matter which way you go, and I don't care who you like or don't like. That's not the point. The point is that how can you like somebody for doing something that you dislike somebody for doing the same thing? Because a lot of times it's not about the action, it's about the person that's doing the action. And that's why people are so fugazi and so coward. It's a form of cowardice, bro. Two people could do the same thing, but if one person is rich, one person is wealthy, or one person has a certain complexion that you like or comes from a certain area, you're going to be okay with it. But the other person who doesn't match that description, you're going to be vocal and adamantly and vehemently against it. That's a sign of cowardice, bro. It is what it is. So that dude that said that, he's a coward, in my opinion. Shout out to my brother Oscar, man. What's good, bro? Yo. Mi hermano Carnal in the building. Talk to me, man.
Who's getting on first? Oscar, Charlo, Lubin, Vergil?
I don't want to shit on Vergil first. Let's go with let me go say Vergil or Oscar for last. I want to give him some love. I just had to speak on that, man. You know, hey, I want them to ride their high wave. You feel me? So let's go with Charlo first. Let's go with Charlo.
Bro, why is Charlo looking like a crack hole talking about fights with everybody? He looked like Oprah, and you get a fight, and you get a fight, and you get a fight. He told Eddie, I don't even care about the money, Eddie. I just want to fight. Bro,
come on now.
Stop it.
Come on now.
Okay, if you want to fight, then fight somebody lesser known than Boots.
Because you don't want to fight. Like you say, he probably scratching his neck right now for the money, man. He be out for a long time. He been out for a long time.
He looked at Errol Spence like, bro, you know, like, what's the scene? I can't remember. It was like Marlon Wayans movie with that other guy from White Chicks. What's that other guy's name?
Shawn Wayans? Or no? Marlon Wayans and Shawn Wayans, the brothers?
I think so. Well, come back to me. You know where he's like, I will suck your dick. You know that scene?
Yeah. I will suck. Yo. Yeah.
Bro, that's Charlo realized that.
Yeah.
Bro. He was like, and I will fight you, and I will fight you, and I will fight you. All he needed was a 40, bro. Like, all he needed was a 40. I was like, gosh dang, bro. I know you need it, but you're not that much needed, bro. Just have some self-respect. Pull your pants up. You know, walk up to someone, slap them, and hey, fight ready.
Right, I agree. You know what's so funny when you said that? When you said that, but it's like, you know, and I don't want to knock anybody. Like I said, you get your money, do your thing. But it's like all the fighters coming out to fight Jake Paul, the same ones that say Jake Paul's a clown. But look how many people I saw. And no disrespect to James Kirkland. You know, James Kirkland. For those of you who don't remember James Kirkland, Canelo kind of did him bad, knocked him out. He was trained by Ann Wolf, just to jog your memory. And no disrespect to James Kirkland. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to disrespect him. But it's like, and I don't know his stance, so it might not be fair because I don't know his stance on Jake Paul. But it's like even he coming out and saying they want a Jake Paul fight. It's like, bro, come on, bro. Like you just said, man. Like, come on, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't knock it, but it does. I'll be lying if I say it doesn't make me look at him like, not just him too. Edgar Berlanga. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, yeah, do something strange for a little piece of change. It's like all the people coming out and say they'll fight. I mean, look, Rolly's, you know, shout out to Rolly, but Rolly said he wants to fight him. I'll be honest. I can't honestly say that Rolly wouldn't fight him anyway. You know, shout out to Rolly will throw it off. So that might not be that might not be fair. But like I'm talking about the guys that are like serious boxers, Andre Ward. Like come on, bro. Like for me, it does make me look at you like it's like Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson came out of retirement, it's like, bro, come on, bro. Like you Mike Tyson, bro. You Mike, bro.
I don't know if you know soccer, but it was like when Ronaldinho.
Yeah, yes, sir. Bicycle kick, man. That's a bicycle kick king.
Well, that guy got in prison. The most random way ever. He went to a Latin American country, Paraguay, and he tried to use a fake ID. And he got thrown in prison. I'm like, bro, you're Ronaldinho. You're
Ronaldinho, bro. Right. Bro, you're right. Exactly. You're a boss in Brazil, man. Come on, man. You put Brazil on your back, man.
It's like, bro, stop. What are y'all doing here?
What are you doing?
Are we serious? It's like, Charlo. I was disappointed by Charlo. I ain't gonna lie.
Me too. And the thing is that he's gonna. My bad. I'm cutting you off your time. My fault. Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I think we're going the same way, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like we're just, bro. You were former undisputed, bro. Like a lot of people. Yeah. I didn't think so, but a lot of people thought you was gonna beat Canelo. And it's like, bro, like if you really are about that life, then work your way back. And I'm not saying that he has to work his way back because he does have a name. But what I'm saying is that, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anybody in their right mind will pick. I'm not gonna say anybody in their right mind because he's a beast. But just considering, like, if you take your emotions out of it and look at it, the man hasn't fought in 2 years. The man, when he fought, he looked like a shell of himself. And you gonna pick him over Vergil? You gonna pick him over Boots? You gonna pick him over Bach? Like who? Not saying that he can't beat them, but right now, nah, bro. Get it like get you a. It don't even have to be like I'm not saying fight somebody sorry, but just fight somebody like I don't know if you fight like Brian Mendoza, fight a Boachuk, fight a Michael Fox. Shout out to Michael Fox. Fight somebody like that. Right Madrimov, but Vergil, Boachuk, Xander, Boots. I'm not going, man.
Fight Nikita Sue, bro, or Tim Sue. Fuck.
There it is, Tim Tszyu. That fight was supposed to happen a while ago. Yeah, fight the Tim Tszyu. But to just jump back in, I don't like. But in his defense, Pacquiao was able to jump in. Pacquiao's a legend, though, so that's a little different. But Pacquiao was able to jump back in, get a title shot. Ryan Garcia is able to jump in, get a title shot. Who else? Who else recently getting a title? Nonito Donaire. He did have a win, though. He did have a win. Shout out to Nonito. He did have a win. Bro.
Donaire. Oof. But if we're being honest, just do what Keith Thurman did.
Keith Thurman, another one. but at least, like you said, yeah, like what Keith Thurman. At least he fought. Who did he fight again? Brock Jarvis? No, bro. I'm not even gonna take that as a win. Yeah, it was Brock Jarvis. Yeah, Brock Jarvis. Yeah. but at least he got a little too. Even his brother fought Thomas Cornflake Lamana. You know what I'm saying? Show us something, bro. Like I agree with you. So I do agree with you, man. Show us something. I just don't have no reason to believe.
Now, what Vergil's promoter put up, bro. Just tell me you're ducking, bro. Just tell me you don't want to fight. Just tell me, bro. Just tell me you're not looking for a fight for your fighter. Just tell me that. Just tell me that. Same with Oscar. Oh, well, if both fighters don't agree, it's just me and Eddie not coming to an agreement. Just tell me you don't want to fight. Just say it.
Yeah, bro. And that's the thing. Like I said, Oscar, I'm not even mad at Vergil or Boots if they don't fight each other next. But it has to be a good reason. Like, if you're not fighting each other, then fight for a belt, or at least show me that you're pursuing a belt. What does Errol Spence have to do with the pursuit of a belt? That doesn't get you a belt. Like if you're not gonna fight now, it should be built. It should be for a reason to make the fight somehow bigger. And in my personal opinion, the only fight that makes it bigger is if it's a fight for a belt. because that'd make Vergil Ortiz and Boots be for a belt. Right now, it's not for a belt. So I get that. But if you're talking about fighting Errol Spence, that's not a belt. Shout out to Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence, but so I don't know, man.
I tell you how much Vergil don't want to fight. Vergil or his team don't want to fight for a belt. It's like Ryan Garcia. It's the Golden Boy treatment.
Yep.
I guess except sort of.
Yep.
It happened to Cepeda too.
Yep.
And so he lost though. He lost. Don't get it twisted. He lost, but
talking about Cepeda.
Yeah, William Cepeda when he was like, I want Shakur.
Right.
But then the Shakur fight never happened.
Right.
He lost, but I mean, he finally fought for a belt a little too late than anticipated. But
at least he got there, though.
If you ask me, at least he got there. But like, I'm gonna show you how little did they won that fight for Vergil. When did Fundora become a champion? Full belt holder and everything.
Tim Tszyu, right? Tim Tszyu, what was that last year?
May of 2020. When did Vergil become an interim champion?
Shoot, when was it Madrimov? Boychuk, okay. Wait, so
August of 2024.
Oh wow.
We're about to be in 2 years, and this man hasn't raised his hand to be for a title fight.
Come on, man, and you're the interim belt holder. At least when Akhmadaliev didn't get a chance, he was beating on Naoya Inoue's door to get opportunity. This man's not beating on Fundora's door. He's not. It's crazy, bro.
Not only that, the people tells me every time that Benavidez was being dusted around and all this and that, and I don't hear the same about Vergil.
Come on now. Come on now. Talk to him.
Just keep it consistent. Like,
there's no consistency, bro. Consistency doesn't exist in the boxing community, bro. Outside of this channel.
And to be honest, that would have been a mega fight. That still can be a mega fight. Fundora is like chasing money. I don't blame him. Do what you gotta do. I can't rank him no higher than Vergil just because he's not pursuing the fights. Hell, he's not even fighting competitive fighters. He fought what was his name?
Cordell Booker,
Tim Tszyu, and now Keith Thurman.
I agree with that.
Bro, that's like bounce back fights, bro, or like that's the fight before a title shot, not for a unified title holder and now defending a title.
Now I do have a question. I don't quite remember. Was Cordell Booker a mandatory though?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
No,
I don't remember.
It was a voluntary.
Okay, voluntary. Okay.
So yeah, and that's for Charlo, because Charlo, man, have some self-respect, have some dignity.
Yeah.
You were the undisputed champion in that weight division.
He out there hoeing around. He out there hoeing. Shout out to Ill says, but Charlo was the WBA recess. That's true. He was the recess
for 2 years.
Right. So I don't know how much of that is President Gilberto Mendoza, WBA, just not paying attention to stuff, or they actually want to let him, use his right to the belt. I don't know, man. It doesn't look like it, but maybe I don't know. And Oscar said, even if he was still 2 years out, man. What are we doing? It's 2 years, man. That's a long time, man.
Now going to Lubin, bro. That's not the Lubin I seen fly the top rank. I'm sorry. The worst strategy that he didn't even throw a punch, bro.
No.
He jabbed.
Yep.
And then the worst thing he could do, he did. Back up to the corner. Honestly, and then I hate to say it because I want to think that the fight was legit. But Lubin was just there for the cash. He never believed in himself. He kind of proved it when he chose Vergil over Baccarin.
Yeah.
Bigger money fight, but bro, he said, I'm just taking it in and taking it out, because the only thing he did was back up, deliberately, hands up, hands down, got touched, put his hands back up, and got stopped. I'm sorry, that's not the Lubin I seen.
That's not the Lubin. And yeah, bro, it's just, and I will say this too, a lot of people are saying, oh, if you think that, everybody's a genius retroactively, like, I'm saying, hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh yeah, look at him versus Ardra Holmes. He fought a good fight versus Ardra Holmes. He stopped Ardra Holmes.
Yeah.
I don't even know why people were saying, like, I don't know what people be saying, but I just think that what I think is just that it's a clear level, like Vergil Ortiz and them, but they're just It's like the pro box guys, right? Look at Delonte Tiger Johnson. No disrespect to Delonte Tiger Johnson. He looked phenomenal against Nicholas Floss. But I think that's more of a testament to them just being on a different level. You know what I'm saying? Not more so than Tiger Johnson looking like being that good. I don't think he'll look like that. What's he at? Welterweight? I don't think he'll look like that against Brian Norman. I don't think he'll look like that. Hell, he might not even look like that against Barrios. If you want to be real about it, he might not look like that against. So I just think that there's just different levels that we don't recognize that. Like there's clear levels between fighters, and you could still not be able to be a champion. So I don't think Ardreau Holmes was a bad win, or Ardreau Holmes didn't fight well, or Erickson Lubin didn't fight well against Ardreau Holmes. I just think that, you know, Ardreau Holmes probably gets smoked like that too by Vergil or by Bakram or worse, right? So yeah, I just think that but I am disappointed. Like, it just didn't even seem like you said, he didn't seem like he wanted to be there from, I'll say, like maybe like 20 seconds into the first round. It just kind of was just going with what Vergil wanted, and I was not expecting that.
No, I was not expecting that either.
Shout out to Vergil though.
The stoppage was insane though.
Yeah,
it was insane. I got to give props to Vergil. You know, shout out to Vergil. He did it. He's done a hell of a run. I don't think anybody can deny that. On a hell of a run. And I think he lost to Boachuk, but regardless, wins or losses, or what
still
the
a good run.
Was, just even fighting them is insane. Like, he fought Boachuk, Madrimov, and Lubin. Lubin was on a run too. Hey, you gotta give him his props.
Got to give him his props.
The thing I don't like is that when Boots finally gets in the ring, the so-called fight you wanted, the so-called fight you put out, you know, your team said, "Oh, we're not available to 2026," and then shit on Boots for fighting Usman Lima. Which I think was a great debut, and I think he's a tougher fight than Josh Kelly. Just me personally.
Than Josh Kelly?
Yes, bro. Usman Lima lost, and he's still ranked higher than Josh Kelly. Please. But that's just me.
Oh no, I don't know about that one, bro. But maybe we got to see somebody. Somebody said in the chat that we got to see Lima versus Lubin next. I say y'all crazy, man.
I think that's a good fight, but
yeah, why not? I mean, why not? Yeah,
but and then you say going back is like, okay, you did what you did. You put out the performance. You finally got the Boots fight coming because Boots got in the ring, and then you turn around and tell me, "But Charlo, I'm here though." Bro, stop it. You don't want to fight. You just want money. That's it. Which is nothing wrong. Shout out to you. Do what you want to do. But don't tell me you're here for greatness and then turn around and say, I want Crawford, when you know damn well Crawford's about to fight Janibek.
Come on now.
But yeah, I just think that looked weak for Vergil to me.
Yep. Yeah, man. I think Vergil. I'm gonna give him some grace right now, but yeah.
No, I think I don't agree that he's top one. I don't disagree if you have him as top one, because that run I just said, he's been on a hell of a run. I guess he is what we think he is. You know, he's a great fighter.
Come on now.
He can be a champion, but nobody is undefeated. At 154, nobody can be undefeated. If you're fighting, or you say you're fighting, you can be undefeated, just because I think it's too many wars back to back to back. But shout out to Vergil, you know, he's going through wars back to back to back.
Come on now.
Well, this one wasn't even a war. It wasn't even a challenge, to be honest.
Nope. But like you said, you got to give him credit, man. Like, hey, bro, we got to. That's one thing I don't like doing. You know, I was like, just because he made it look like easy work going into the fight, I thought it was gonna be a good fight. So I'm not gonna switch it up because he made it. It's like Norman and Haney, right? If Haney goes in there and washes Norman, I got to give him his credit, because I think on paper it's a great fight. If Norman goes in there and knocks Devin Haney out in 4 rounds, whatever it is, I still gonna give him credit. I think it's a great fight on paper. So I don't want to say just because the outcome, you know, it's like Spence and Terrence Crawford. You know, we all thought that was gonna be a great fight. We were wrong. we were wrong. But the majority of us, unless you like, you know, there was a couple people thought that, you know, Terrence Crawford beat him, but I don't think anybody had Terrence Crawford beat him like that. I don't know about that one, but yeah. So yeah, sometimes you're just wrong, but that don't mean that it's not a good fight on paper. That's why I think it needs to be emphasized, man. I think Vergil Ortiz, whether you like him or not, whether I believe he's gonna fight Boots or not, whether I'm disappointed with him fighting Boots or not, I still have to give him his credit for what he did to Erickson Lubin. You know, I don't think many people could do that to
Yeah.
Erickson Lubin. So, yeah, no. Shout out to Vergil.
I don't. After last night, I don't know. If you fight like that every big fight, I think anybody can do it like that.
Oh yeah, right now. I'm talking about yeah, right now. Now we know. But I'm talking about going in. Like I wouldn't like Vergil. Erickson Lubin could have been fighting Bakram. I don't think anybody would have thought. I'm talking about prior to last night. Not now. Now we know. But before that, I think people would have thought Lubin and Bakram was a good fight. Lubin now nobody's gonna think Lubin and nobody's a good fight.
No.
Lubin gonna have to. Well, he got some work cut out for him, boy, if he wants to keep boxing.
I just have one last question for you, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Do you think Sergio Mora posted "You can't teach art"?
He typed that? He sent that?
No. I'm just asking. You think he typed that?
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, who did he type that for again? When they lost? Oh, Dubois, right?
Dubois.
Come on, bro. You can't teach heart because of man. It's like, yeah, we'll see if he typed that now for Erickson Lubin. People, like I said, people be having different targets for sure reasons. Like maybe because he's English. I don't know, man. But I just feel like it's very important to, at least for me, just keep the same energy, man. Critique people if they do the same thing, then say the same thing, man. Question Tim Zoo's heart. Question whoever else just who just didn't continue not too long ago. Was it Cuevas against Norman? Yeah, Cuevas. He looked like he just got a jab and said, "Nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good." But I don't think he quit. I just think sometimes, hey man, sometimes they hit you in that right spot. You weren't ready. That's all. You know, hey man, hey, you want me to go out looking like Paulie Malignaggi? I'm not going for the man. Still can't see. Come on, bro. Nah, bro, I'm not going out like Paulie, man. Paulie still can't see right. Shout out to Paulie though. You know, he like fighting and stuff like that. You know, out here looking like a pirate, looking like gosh dang Jack Sparrow. Yeah, out here looking like Jack Sparrow, man. Come on, man. I'm not going out like that, bro. You can't see. Get up out of there, man. I think it's very important for you to be able to see in a boxing match. I'm sorry. Most things.
Yeah.
So your eye messed up, bro. Get up out of there. Right. I don't think that's quitting, man. I think that's at some point it's self-preservation. Don't get me wrong, you know. But that's the thing though with us, right? And I'm not saying us individually, but just us collectively. It's like, okay, you stay in there and you get bing bop boom, then they're gonna talk trash about you like Errol Spence. If you fight somebody that we find out is cheating, they're gonna talk trash about you like Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? And if you go in there and you get slept early, they're gonna talk trash about you like Erickson Lubin.
Because he didn't even try, bro.
He ain't even try. No, I'm not saying this wrong with Erickson Lubin, guys. But go ahead.
Now, putting aside like if it's right or wrong, Tim Zoo, you know, he came out and said, "I don't even know what the fuck just happened."
Girl, that was a funniest sound bites.
But I don't even think Lubin can say that. You know, it's exactly what happens. I backed up to the ropes, put my hands down, put my hands up, and I got knocked out.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest too, though. I don't know. Did you have to watch it? I had to watch it again. I watched it again, and I didn't realize that. I thought it was a good stoppage, but that was actually a great stoppage. Shout out to the referee. I thought because I thought when I first saw it live, I was like, okay, I thought it might have been questionable. Then I saw the replay, I was like, no, it was good. And then I saw it again. That was actually a great stoppage. He caught that.
I seen it on slow-mo. I was like,
yeah, that was a great stoppage by the ref. Shout out to the ref, man. Shout out to the ref. Yo, Rand says, my boy Nicholas. Yeah, man, the Axe Man quit on the stool too, man. That just made me mad. But that's the thing, though, Rand. Like, I'm not really one to call. I'm not gonna lie. If you quit on the stool, that's quitting. There's no way around it. But I also like to acknowledge that, you know, as much as I don't like Ryan Garcia, he a racist, ignorant butthole, right? But you never hear me say he quit against Tank. Because I don't, like, bro, there's lingering pain. It's like, just because he got up after the count, that don't mean that he could have got up before that. Maybe he could have, even with Amir Khan. I thought Amir Khan looked kind of crazy against Terrence Crawford. I thought that looked like quitting, but I don't really say that he quit. Because I don't know what somebody feeling, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just because somebody could be stoic in nature, they could be pretty good with their facial expressions, or you don't know what they feeling at that moment, man. It's one thing to be in that ring, man. And I've been in there as an amateur, and I remember I hurt my eye, and I'm a type of person that I feel weak if I quit or whatever. I'm one of those, you know. And at some point, I'm not trying to be funny either, but at some point, it takes strength to know when you had enough too, because You got to know what they say, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And I remember I was boxing, my eye still messed up for that. I couldn't see because I messed up my eye when I was riding my motorcycle. My visor was had like a gap into it, some dust you get my eye, and it really damaged my eye. But so like at this one time when I was boxing amateur, at this time period, any little thing to this day, like if I open up my eyes from like a long sleep and I open up too fast abruptly, it'll start tingling and I'll get blurry vision in my left eye. And I was just boxing through it. I couldn't see because I just felt like I'm not finna stop. And it was just sparring. It wasn't even for no money on it. So I'm not saying that's a smart thing. That's actually a stupid thing to do because it wasn't like for a record or anything like that. But you just feel like, oh man, I can't quit. But sometimes you got to know, like, ain't no point. Ain't no point sometimes. So you don't know what somebody's feeling, and, or you don't know if they could see. Like if I would have said that, oh, I can't see, somebody might be like, oh yeah, you can see, bro. You just try to get up out of there or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Which nobody around me would have said that, but it's just for me personally. But I just think that sometimes, I don't know, like Miguel Cotto when he took a knee against Margarito, that was actually smart because what do we say when who we say should have took a knee? Joseph Parker. We say Joseph Parker should have took a knee, right, and gathered himself. Yeah. But sometimes it takes some ability to still think in the hot in the frying pan. Like you got to think in the fire, and that's hard to do because your adrenaline's running, you panicking, and so you know what I'm saying. So at some point, it is kind of like it's smart to take a knee. Not talking about Javante Tank Davis now. I'm not giving excuses to Tank. You know, I'm a Tank fan, but I'm just saying like sometimes it is good because you could gather yourself, or you know what I'm saying. Even clinching is smart. So it's different aspects of the fight. But I don't know.
Wipe your eye and
wipe your eye. Have your coach wipe your face down. As soon as I get lightly tapped, I'm taking both knees. Oh, I'm Celine. Look at Smoochie. Sir says it was trash of him. Do you think you can learn on the ropes with your whole? It was trash of him to think you can learn on the ropes with your hands down and not dodge and not think you're gonna be knocked out. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Erickson Lubin looked kind of. No, they would have waited for you to have to leave to say it. Facts. Exactly. Talk to him, Ran. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So sometimes you gotta applaud him, man. But go ahead, and I'll bring Oster up.
To last night, you even have what's his name, the heavyweight, Sonny Edwards.
No. Sonny Edwards, Anthony Edwards. We call him everything. It's Joshua Edwards. No, I do the same thing though. Edwards. I always call it Anthony Edwards because you know I watch basketball. Or you watch basketball too, so you know for the Timberwolves. I always call him Anthony Edwards on accident. Yeah, and you call him Sonny Edwards. At least you're in boxing. I call from a whole other Edwards from a whole other sport. At least you still remained in boxing with Sonny Edwards. But yeah, it's Joshua Edwards. Joshua Edwards.
The stoppage was look.
I ain't like the stoppage. I ain't gonna lie.
It looked shit.
Yeah, that was a terrible stoppage, in my opinion. The only reason why I didn't have a problem with it is because that fight was trash. So that's all. The fight was trash, so I didn't mind him stopping it. But the guy could have kept going. What's his name, like Vuceri or Vushi or something like that?
Yeah, and that's my point. That's my next point. Like, is this why Oscar wants to be number one to put a shitty card in? Bro, stop. Oscar cannot make good cards. He cannot make good cards to save his life. He has a great main event, a great co-main, but a good card, bro. Golden Boy cards are the worst. Well, only top by English cards. I don't even care who's promoting that. English cards suck. Not for anybody on that. Oh man. They have the audacity to put Joseph Parker against Wardley pay-per-view.
Yeah, they wilding for that one. Yeah, that's probably one of the worst. That's probably one of the worst pay-per-views in recent memory that I could think of.
I was like, did I really just waste money on this? Are we serious? No, never again. Never again.
And
man.
Yeah, I appreciate you pulling up, Oscar. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Don't forget to smack that like button, y'all. Shout out to my brother Oscar, man. Oscar Perez in the building, man. Want me to put you back in the members only?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Shout out to Oscar. Before I pull up Oster, let me tackle some of the chat real quick. Shout out to my brother George, the last Dragonborn in the building. And shout out to Rand. He said they would have waited for you to leave to say it right. But you know what happened? We sparred again. And yeah, I put the beats on him. Yeah, and we sparred again. Put the beats on him again. Facts. Shout out to Rand. Yep. So, but that's the thing. People will say what they want to say. And shout out to Oster. You know, I respect Oster's opinion. I disagree. I don't think. I mean, some things are black and white. Most things are black and white. Most things are very easy to tell. But some things are a little bit more complicated, more nuanced. If your eye, like Nicholas Walters, Jamaican badman, right? Nicholas Axon Walters. He quit, right? Because he didn't get off his stool and he seemed physically able. His quitting against Loma was very similar to Roberto Duran's quitting against Sugar Ray's. Like, he probably felt like the fight was already over. They didn't feel like they just wanted to get up out of there. Like, I don't think the reason why I think it's important to say quitting is not to not say all quitting is the same. And I know this is me being you could say this is nitpicky or semantics, but you're right. At the end of the day, you're quitting. But I don't think Duran quit like he was scared. No disrespect, and I don't think Nicholas Axman Walters necessarily quit because he was scared, but it's just like, man, I'm already behind, man. I can't hang with this dude. I'm done. I'm not gonna take all these extra punches. So I think it's like, you're still gonna get the label of quitter though. I'm not saying you don't deserve it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that quitting is the same as like and maybe this is disrespectful. Shout out to Derek Cuevas, but when Derek Cuevas caught that jab, or when what's my boy's name? Devin Alexander against Tim Bradley. He was like, oh, my eyes burning. My eyes burning. And I'm not saying, like I said, I had an issue with my eye. So I get it. I could directly relate. But, you know, and that was just sparring, but I didn't quit. I waited till the sparring rounds were done and I just got through it. You see what I'm saying? And he's in a professional fight with money. He's like, man, I'm good, man. If you good, you good. You see what I'm saying? But like, to me, Amir Khan against Terrence Crawford, that's more of a quit than a Daniel Dubois and a Joe Joyce. Daniel Dubois, people say he quit. The man's eye was swollen. He literally went to the hospital and had an operation on his eye, bro. And people had the audacity to say that man quit against Joe Joyce. The man's orbital bone was broke. Literally, bro, it's documented. Like, I don't know. I just think that some people are a little unreasonable with their labels, man. Like, bro, you can't see in a boxing fight. I think you should probably stop it, bro. And that's why it's so important and imperative that you have a good corner, not just to protect the fighter from the other fighter, but to protect the fighter from themselves. It's like Paulie Malignaggi when he was fighting. Was he fighting? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Ricky Hatton and Buddy McGirt, the legendary trainer. Buddy McGirt was Paulie Malignaggi's trainer, and he threw in the towel, and Paulie Malignaggi was mad. In fact, I think they split after that. And then Buddy McGirt, they talked to Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt said, "Hey, man, sometimes my fighter has to be mad at me. My responsibility is the welfare of the fighter. Sometimes you have to protect the fighter from themselves." I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Derek James. He should have stopped the fight with Errol Spence. The referee stopped it. Shout out to the referee. And Errol Spence was battered and bruised, and he was still mad because some people just have it in them where they don't want to back down. And some will say that's stupid, but he didn't quit. But he probably should have. You know, first of all, he shouldn't have had to quit. The doctor should have stopped it. The coroner should have stopped it. The ref should have stopped. Well, the ref eventually did, but that's why there's these things in place to even protect the fighter sometimes from themselves, because some fighters will keep going. That's just in them to be a warrior. You know what I'm saying? Some people have it, some people don't. That's not necessarily a punk thing all the time, but it's like Miguel Cotto said. Miguel Cotto said, "I don't want to die in the ring." One of my favorite fighters, Miguel Cotto. He said, "No," he said, "I got a family. I don't want to die in the ring." That just had me crying, but he's right though. You know what I'm saying? So we could talk, but we're not the ones in there fighting. These guys are in there fighting. So how dare people who probably wouldn't even bust a grape in a food fight, never been in a squabble in their life, not on a football team at practice, not at basketball practice, not in the locker room, not at a barbershop, not at a gas station, not at a family gathering. You never been in a fight, but you're gonna call the person who's in there fighting, getting punched on by another professional pugilist, you gonna call them weak because they couldn't keep going? Come on, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that people don't quit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid. I'm not saying people don't quit. However, I don't think every time somebody quits, it's not. I think it's unfair and almost criminal in nature and somewhat ignorant to say that everybody who stops fighting is quitting on the same level. Nah, sometimes it's justified. Like, yeah. Paulie's decision making isn't the sir, you wrong for that. My brother Al Booger in the building. Hey, Al Booger. Shout out to my brother Al Booger. Al Booger says people won't be happy until somebody dies in the ring. And then guess what happens? Al Booger, what happens when somebody dies? They say, oh, the referee should have stopped it. Oh, the trainer should have stopped it. Oh, they don't have a good team. Am I lying? People got mad at Tim Tszyu because his corner didn't stop it. Right? which is a little different because if they would have stopped it, they would have went to the scorecards. The corner didn't know that, so they were ignorant of the rules. But when the corner stops it, the fighter's mad. The corner don't stop it, the people mad. The fighter stops it, the people call him weak. The referee stops it, the referee's bad. It's like, bro, it's always something, bro. So you can't. That's why you gotta be in tune with yourself and please yourself. Because if you try to please everybody else, you not only is everybody still not gonna be happy, you gonna be unhappy with yourself, and that's the part that's most important. You gotta be happy with yourself. Hey, but I'm gonna pull up my bad. I'm trying to catch up to some messages. I know I missed some, but I apologize. Let me see. Shout out to he said Amir Khan literally ran out the ring. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Let me pull up my brother Oster, man. And then before I pull up Oster, though, I do want to. I was supposed to be live earlier today, but let me tell you a little story, man. So my mouse broke. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of, you know what I'm saying. I'm kind of rough with my mouse. I ain't gonna, not like super rough, but like, you know, I'd be like. Try to, you know, sometimes I'm thinking I just be tapping the mouse and that's like nothing crazy. But the mouse wasn't working. And then so I went to go find my wireless mouse and I couldn't find my wireless mouse, bro. I'm like, bro, and I'm an organized person. Even if I have chaos, I'm still organized, you know what I'm saying? And so I know I put it, I'm like, where is it at? And I had to think, I was like, okay, I finally found it after a little minute. And then when I find it, I couldn't find the little thing, you know, the little thing that goes in there, the little wireless, device that goes into the USB port of your tower, of your computer, and to pick up the signal. Couldn't find that, and then I find that, and then my mouse ain't got batteries. Then I get some batteries. I had some batteries, right? The batteries don't work, so then I had to clean the inside because the contact was messed up. It was just a little, you know, just a long day of some little stuff, but the little stuff was big enough to stop me from streaming. But I just wanted to say that. I ain't quit though. We kept going, you know what I'm saying? So don't let the little stuff mess up your day, man. You keep going and ain't nothing gonna stop us, bro. So we gonna keep going, man. But yeah, let me pull up Oster. Damn, what the mouse do to you? Mouse be tripping, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? The mouse be tripping, man. Don't forget to smack that like button. Let me pull up my brother Oster. Oster, you ready, bro? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I be a little rough with it though. Sometimes I be tossing. I don't be like slamming it like a broken controller like I'm bad, but sometimes I just be like, you know what I'm saying? No special effects. I'm pulling my brother Oster. I think Oster ready. Oster, you there, bro? My guy. Yo. I don't think Oster's here. I'm gonna wait till he gets back. Just let me know in the chat when you're ready, bro. I'm gonna take off my headset because it just be, you know, I got a big head with the dreads, man. It'd be tight on my head. Yeah, so I'll just let me know when you get back. But yeah, man, I just think that Vergil Ortiz, bro. Shout out to Vergil, man. I'm not mad at anybody who has him ranked #1, but I do think that Vergil, it's hard for me to put a guy #1 that doesn't have a belt. I think Oster's back. Yo, Oster, you there?
Yeah.
My guy. What's good, bro?
What's poppin'?
Man, nothing much, man. How are you, man? Oh, I lost you, bro.
No.
Oh, there you go. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. What's up with these quitters, man? Tell me about these quitters, man.
Man, I don't know what's going on, Doc. I'm telling you, they're quitting.
Go look it up.
They running, Doc. They hitting the deck. They were hitting the deck, Doc. And they got glue on their seats. I think they got glue on their seats.
Hey,
now,
yo, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. What you think about that fight last night, though, man?
I'm about to tell you, man. We got to send Inspector Gadget out on this one. We got to send Inspector Gadget out. There's something up. There was something up with that fight. We need Inspector Gadget for real. We got to start seeing what's up. Doc, the man walked back to the rope. And it was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna be at. This why I'm gonna get knocked out at. This why you know how you kick the bucket. You know how salmons go back to the pond and die. To where it's at. It's like he just walked back there and said, okay, here, knock me out right here. It's cool right here, bro. This good spot.
Right here, this the spot right here. Yeah, I like this spot. I picked it out before the fight. I like this spot right here. It's the most comfortable spot in the ring right here. The canvas right here. I'm good. Put me right there, bro. That's crazy, dog.
I was looking at that fight. I was like, yo, this shit can't be real. I said, this can't be real. There's no way. I said, Lubin said, I was playing with you when I told you he's gonna kick his ass. But you know, I picked Lubin. But I'm like, yo, Lubin, man.
You picked Lubin? Oh, that's why you mad there. You picked Lubin?
Hey, Hey, Doc, you make me feel like I don't know shit about boxing.
No, that's not. No, you be knowing, bro. And we all, and players mess up too. You know, I got what's the name wrong? I just got what the last night, not last night, but the night before. Floss. I picked Floss, and I was way wrong. So nah, players mess up too. I do. Now that you say that, I actually forgot you picked Lubin, but I do remember you picked Lubin now. But you're not wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was, bro. Outside of yesterday, man, not being a prisoner of the moment, I thought that Lubin could possibly outbox Vergil. Well, I don't think that there's any wrong with anybody who thought that, bro. I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody who thought that Vergil Ortiz could have got outboxed by Lubin. So I don't even know why people just, everybody want to be a genius, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody a genius, man. So nah, I don't think you know, I tell you if I think you wildin'. I don't think there's anybody that picked Lubin. I don't think you're wrong for that. Hey, but check this out though. Check this out, Osa. Just know I ain't picked Lubin. Ain't nothing wrong with picking Lubin, but just know I ain't picked Lubin. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't picked Lubin. I might have picked Canelo, but I ain't picked Lubin though.
I ain't picked Lubin though. I tell you that, but I ain't picked that guy.
You feel me? You feel me? I might have picked Cinnamon, but I ain't picked Lubin though.
Man, Doc, I think you could have did better than that. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey. I like me the last 2 rounds.
Anybody in this chat that train and things, I think they could have did just a little bit better.
I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's the thing. I don't be, you know me, I don't like being disrespectful, man. That's their craft. I'm not saying that. I'm sorry. I like me to do better than 2 rounds. I don't give a damn who I'm fighting. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm with you on that. And that's no disrespect to Lubin, because I will say this though. If I'm going against Vergil, I'm gonna be honest. I'm mostly going in there to make it. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, unless I'm really trained. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless I'm going in there, I'm a professional boxer. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not a professional boxer, then you guys dang right. I'm going in there just to, if I know, hey man, I got to make these couple of rounds, like 2. Okay, bet I'm not going into the fight. So the difference I would say is that Erickson Lubin, I do believe he was trying to win. I'm not going to take that away from him. I think he was trying to win. I just think that I don't know what he thought. I don't know how he was trying to win, but I do think he was trying to win. I think that's why he's put in that position. So I'm not saying that I would do better than Lubin. So I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that I would do better than Lubin by saying I would make 2 rounds. I'm saying that we would have different mentalities. I'll be in there pulling a Charlo on Canelo, like trying to survive the 2 rounds. I do think he was trying to win. I don't think he was. I don't know what kind of game plan he was trying to implement to win, to get the victory. But I do think he was trying to win. I don't think he was just.
I think he forgot the memo right before he got in the ring. That's what I'm telling you. I think he just left the book in the locker room or something. I don't know what the hell happened.
Bro,
like, he ring like a amateur. I'm like, this is some amateur shit here.
Mm-hmm. But who was his trainer? Oh, K Karoma, bro. K Karoma, bro. Bro, when I saw that, bro, that's what I told you. I said I got a feeling. K Karoma, no disrespect, he was a big part of that feeling. I'll tell you that right now. He was a big part of why I had that feeling. Not the only part, but he was a big part. He was a substantial part of why he played a key part. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely, he played a part. He was definitely a factor as to why I was like, bro.
He played so much a part, he changed my mind.
Come on, man.
Once I felt he was on deck, I was out of there.
Come on, bro.
I'm out of there. I ain't fucking around.
Come on, bro. Facts. That made me comfortable with my pick. I had Vergil before I knew that he was a trainer. But I remember I peeped that a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh yeah. That made me more comfortable.
I thought Vergil would win, but I just wanted to go with Lubin because I was like, I got to go with Lubin, man. I said, I got to give Lubin some time.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick.
He deserved that shot, but not now, Lubin. I would, boy.
And that's the thing, though. No, my bad. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No. I was just gonna defend you a little bit. I was gonna say that this is Lubin's third undefeated fighter. So it's not like he was fighting scrubs. You see what I'm saying? Like, so when people, that's why you can't listen to people, because people gonna make you feel dumb for picking Errol Spence, right? Because he got smoked. People gonna make you feel dumb for picking whoever got. If you pick Joseph, I didn't pick Joseph Parker. I picked Fabio Worthy. But if you pick Joseph Parker, they're gonna make you feel dumb. But like Erickson Lubin, it wasn't like he was fighting guys we never heard of. Well, maybe you didn't hear of him, but Jesus Ramos is a good. People still talk about him now. You know, people like myself are excited that he's fighting Shane Mosley Jr. on the undercard of Roach and Cruz. So he beat Jesus Ramos when he was undefeated. Whether you thought that he won or not, it was a controversial fight for a lot of people. I thought he won. I thought it was a close fight, but I thought he won. In my personal opinion, but he beat him, an undefeated fighter. He just beat another undefeated fighter, Arjuro Holmes. He won the title eliminator to get a shot at Bakram. So it's not like he's been fighting guys that are weak. You could argue that Bro, I think Vergil, how many undefeated fighters has Vergil fought? One in his whole career.
If any.
Come on, if any, exactly. I literally think. I remember I was looking this up the other day. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think Vergil, and I'm not saying that undefeated fighters are everything, but when you just starting off, you usually might run into another undefeated fighter that's on his debut, or another guy that's like 1-0 or something like that. He hasn't even fought those. I think he fought one guy that's undefeated. And I even heard of him. I think it was like McKinley or something like that. McKinley or something like that. So
I always say Vergil ain't do shit about it.
Come on now. So Vergil fights a lot of guys that have already lost, and we know this is boxing. Some people don't recover from losses. It don't have to be a devastating loss for you not to be the same. Some people could lose a close fight and it just changes their mentality. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, you just got knocked out, so that's why your loss is devastating. No, you can have a loss where you don't come back from, and you look at Berlanga. Berlanga didn't get knocked out by Canelo, but he got knocked out by Shiraz. I'm not. Come on now. Come on, bro. Sometimes all it takes is one. Come on now.
The alley-oop or Malanga.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact. Go ahead. Hold on. Smoochie said, "Look at my comment." What comment? I'm trying to see. No, Smoochie told me look at her comment. Oh, she said, I was telling the gamblers at my job they better bet on Lubin if they know what's good. Oh yeah, Smoochie about to get jumped. I hope you had the day off today. Smoochie, they about to jump you. Smoochie said she told her people at her job they better bet on Lubin. Oh yeah, they about to jump you. Oh yeah, don't go to work today. Yeah, don't go to work today. I hope you ain't at work now.
They might investigate this fight, man, because Lubin, this fight look like they might have to investigate this one, because I don't know what he really did in there, man. That was crazy, kind of crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, also, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if they. I mean, look at the landscape. You got the boxing, the basketball, stuff going on, investigation. You got the UFC investigation. I wouldn't be surprised, bro, because I didn't expect Lubin to go out like that. 2 rounds? Nah. Mike McKinson. Thank you, Ill Will. Mike McKinson. That's the only undefeated fighter he fought. So people talk trash about other people.
Yo, Doc, I'm cool with the 2 rounds. I'm cool because some people get knocked out in 2 rounds. It happens. I'm not cool with the performance. Like, what you was doing in it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, he didn't like he had a chance. I agree.
Yeah. That should have me. I have to investigate that fight.
Yeah.
Put that on the microscope there, man. That's put that fight on the microscope, man. Because we
Yeah.
don't have you keep playing stuff like this with these fights, man.
Yeah.
Coming up here, walking to your dead spots and dying. Come on, man. We ain't gonna be doing
Walking
shit
to
like
your
that,
dead spot and dying is crazy. I'm with you on that. Like, Erickson, I was not expecting, because, and this is the thing too. And I don't want to keep talking. I don't know, bro. I kind of want to leave it alone because I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to take away from Vergil Ortiz. But if you if we force to think about it, his fight against Jermell Charlie, he put up a better fight than that. That was shorter, but at least he looked like he was like, you know what I'm saying, he was in there for a little bit. He was throwing punches. Yeah.
He got caught trying to get it with Charlo. He got caught trying to go for it.
Right. This one, I do feel like he just kind of was like, yeah, man, go ahead and just take me. Pause. He was just like, take me.
First thing we need to do with these boxers, we need to check their bank accounts. Because I think you'll be throwing fights, man. I think you'll be. We need to check their bank accounts, man. Is he hurting for some money or something, man? Because there was something funny about that fight. I'm gonna figure it out though.
Yeah, you let me know.
You ain't getting away with this one, Lubin. You ain't getting away with this one, Lubin. Tell you right now.
Cause I don't know, man.
No, you're not getting away with this one. That fight was funny, man. You did something, man.
Yeah, man.
I wish the fans would put the fighters under suspicion. They gotta go to a committee or something and check them. You know what I mean? The fights we don't agree with, Doc. Yo, come on, check those dudes, man. See what's up.
Oh, I'm gonna give a little bit benefit of the doubt, man. I just think Vergil was just too much, man. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. But it did look like I was disappointed in the. It just didn't seem like the effort was there. Huh?
Could you go to sleep on that, Doc? Could you go to sleep on that? Well, nope.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I tried because I don't want to take no credit, man. I like Vergil, and I would just say Vergil was just too much, man. Erickson wasn't ready, man. He ain't the hammer no more. He Erickson now.
He definitely the hammer. He the nail.
He got beat on. He the nail. He got beat.
He the nail now. He the hammer.
All right, Al Booger says, y'all think that explains his weird energy going into the bro? Yes, if you look at it, he said like he knew the deal way before the bell rang, bro. Like I said, I don't want to get into this conspiracy, but yeah, I think that. But you know what they say too. Oh, and Al Booger, man. when you looking for something, you're gonna find it. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to play that game, man. But there are some things that you could look for and be like, dang, that
We gotta
looks
look in the
suspicious.
stand.
Yeah.
We gotta look in the seats. I think that in the second round, somebody was in those seats and gave him that look like, didn't we just tell you to throw this fight? Don't have us break your neck. And he just said, all right, he backed up and just let him kill him.
You right. You say you right. I forgot. You right. Let me go ahead and let him. Nah, man.
Yeah, you know,
nah.
like in the movies, you supposed to sit him in the fight and he get in there and you got your man, you got the hitman right there in there talking about, don't play with us in this ring now. And you look back and see him in the second row and you just throw the fight.
Hey, Tyson, just Erickson the nail Lubin. Come on, man. Y'all chill on Lubin, man. Like I said, I don't think anybody should feel bad for picking Lubin, man. But it definitely was not a good look. Definitely was not a good look.
Nah, Lubin done right now, man. Lubin, you gotta play it, trash. You gotta play it, Doc. Lubin, trash.
I got you.
Trash.
He said Lubin is trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Oh man, come on, man. Hey, shout out to Ray. He says it's too common now that boxers are not focused on the current match and the reporters don't do any better. I agree with that, man. And that's one thing I gotta say too. A lot of times we blame fighters for calling out people. They're working in the capacity of the interviewee, man. The interviewer is usually asking these questions. Sometimes you get pulled like a Canelo, like, oh, I'm just focused. Not just Canelo does it, but a lot of fighters do that. But I'm just focused on this person. I'm focused on that person. You know, I'm not focused on that person. I'm focused on the person in front of me and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, you do got to open up a little bit, and that's why we see Marshawn Lynch, which is a different reason. But you know, I'm just here so I don't get fined type stuff. Sometimes they don't want to talk because sometimes people be asking crazy questions. But I just think Erickson Lubin, man, if he said he felt disrespected, he definitely didn't show it. I'll say that. He said he felt disrespected by the promo. Remember the poster? He felt like he was being overlooked. He definitely didn't show it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, you should know now why you're being overlooked.
Yeah.
That's what you know. Yeah, this is why you're being overlooked, Lubin. Out here playing. You know what I mean? The nail. Lubin the nail. You understand?
Oh my gosh.
For real. Yo, now let me ask you, Doc. We about to get right. What you think about the call out? I was talking to Ty, right? Ty was like, this is what you talking about? I said, listen, let's keep it 100 now. He didn't call Vergil out. Vergil called him out. Now let's keep it 100. He said, any little boys of your boots, come in, get your ass off.
I don't know, man. I loved it, bro. And that's the thing, because I feel like I don't want to look too much into it, but I love boxing, bro. So it don't take much to get me excited, man. That got me excited. But then I had to come back to earth, and I still don't believe it.
Yeah,
man.
keep
Yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, man. I don't believe it, man. Like, I will say this: I believe Boots wants it more than Ortiz. But I will say this though, all jokes aside, I don't think it's gonna happen next. I've always said that. But even if it does happen, I don't think that Vergil, this fight, even though he beat Lubin, it doesn't make me change my pick. I don't make me feel like nervous that Boots would win or whatever. I always thought it was gonna be a good fight, but I always lean towards Boots. And a performance like this, you would think would would sway me, but it's kind of like you said. It's like that fight, it just didn't look like. I don't see that happening to Boots. You see what I'm saying? It's like when you watch a certain fight, you'd be like, okay, bet. Like even with Boots and Lima, I don't see that happening to Vergil. But if that was gonna happen, I think that it would more likely happen to Vergil than it would happen to Boots. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was gonna tell me which one of them would get ran through like that, I would think that it would be Vergil. Just stylistically speaking, I don't think either one of them will. But if I had to pick one, like for whatever reason, then I would say it's more likely that would happen to Vergil than it would happen to Boots. Just stylistically and how they've been fighting, and say some of the trouble that we see Ortiz get in. Like if you watch the Ortiz fight, Boachuk fight, you saw him get in trouble in that. I mean, he got dropped twice, right? And we see the Badgermouth fight. You see, he got. You'll never see Boots look beat up like how Vergil Ortiz look against. Now you can say Badgermouth is a beast, though. You can say Badgermouth would be the best person that Boots ever fought. That's true, I would say. But I mean, Stanionis ain't no slouch. But go ahead, my fault.
The reason, like I'm thinking, I know Boots will win the fight. So, hands down, I think Boots will win the fight. The only catch I got with this is that, like I was telling Ty, Boots ain't been battle tested yet. He beat people up to the point where we can't even tell how good he really is.
You said Boots?
You get
You
what I'm
think?
saying?
You think?
I'm telling you, man. I don't look. And Ty was asking me about battle tests. I said, well, my battle test, we got the eye test. We got that. We know that you can fight. We see you in the ring and all that. But I ain't see Boots come out of you know, like. All right, let me put it this way. You know how you sparring? Say you sparring somebody. Say you got to go 4 rounds, and you sparring somebody, but you got a window. You know what I mean? And it's the 3rd round, going to the 4th round. You can't really tell if you winning or losing. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? I don't think Boots had that yet in the ring.
You don't think?
I think Boots was.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask you a question. I'll wait till you done. I'm gonna remember it.
No, I'm done. It's the same thing. Go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say that you don't think Karen was that test?
Yeah. Ty said that. I said that. We talking about Karen.
Okay.
Yeah, we talking about Karen. But what I'm saying is, I ain't see Boots in that. He's good. He's really good. He just. I don't know if he can get better because his opponents is not getting better. So you get caught in that shit, man. And I'm telling you, man. I'm bugging out, but I'm telling you, man. I want to see. All right. Put it like this. Remember Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford, right?
Yep.
I'm talking about like that when his corner said you down. You know, it was 10th round. He's like, yo, you down. And you see that Crawford look like what? Like, I thought I was up. I'm looking like I'm up. He's like, nah, you down. So whatever. See, I ain't see that in Boots yet. Because Boots is always up. He's always up. He's never to the point where, you know, damn, I'm down 2 rounds.
I agree with that now. I see what you're saying.
No, did he?
Now I see what you're saying though.
Yeah,
I see like, because I would say this, the part I agree with you is that I think it's exaggerated how close the Karen fights were. I mean, they're both UD wins, and he dropped them. Like, he took a knee in one, and he dropped him in another one. I think 2 times, right? If I'm not mistaken, or maybe he dropped him 2 times. I have to go back and watch him again. But anyway, he went down for sure at least 1 time. But I will say that Karen is not a guy that we expect. Like Sean Porter, you know, he's proven. You know, Karen's not really proven. So I do think Karen could be a champion at 147. But I never really felt like he was in danger of losing. It was a rough fight, but it wasn't like a dangerous fight. I felt like that he could lose, but I think that's just because I think that, let's say, in my opinion now, I feel like if we switch, if he's in that same type of fight with somebody else, but it's somebody that's known, let's say we say that was a Vergil Ortiz fight. If that wasn't Karen and that was Vergil, then I think that we would say, okay, bet that was a good battle test. But because it's Karen and a guy that we don't know, we always equate, and I'm not talking about you or me, I'm just saying in general, we always equate guys that are unknown as like guys that you're not supposed to struggle with, or so people don't really take much from it. But like I said, I think Karen is a guy that's good. So I do think that was a test. But you're right. I don't think he had to struggle like not to like a Bud and a Sean Porter. Like, he's not a guy. Karen's never been a champion to my knowledge or something like that. So, but I think that was a good test. I think the way I look at it, Oster, is that I'm gonna pull up Ty too. The way I look at it with the test for me is I look at guys and I try to visualize how they would perform against comparable opposition, or not even comparable, the same. So what I do, I try to imagine, how would Vergil Ortiz look against Stanionis? How would Vergil Ortiz look against Karen? How would Boots look against Madrimov? How would Boots look against Boachuk? That's the type of games I play in my mind. So that's what I usually make my assessments, and I'm right. I'm wrong sometimes, but I feel like I'm usually right. Not feel like I am. I'm usually right. But those are the kind of comparisons I make, more so than looking for them struggling. But that's a good way to do it too. But the reason, okay, my bad, I'm being long-winded. But what I'm saying is that what I think is that the reason why I don't go by, oh, I need to see him struggle with somebody, because I just think sometimes, what if he's like Bud? Bud don't struggle with nobody. You see what I'm saying? So like, I don't, maybe he's really just better than everybody. So I don't want to say, oh, at some point, if I go at it like that, for me, I feel like I'm penalizing them for being dominant. Like, what if there's nobody that good? So that's why I think it's better to think of how their styles would match up against similar opponents, as opposed to be like just waiting for him to struggle. Because what if Boots goes in there, Vergil, and doesn't struggle at all? What if Vergil goes and makes Boots look like Lubin? Then it's like, dang, I can't say he's good until he struggles. Or is it just that this man probably ain't gonna struggle with nobody because he's just that good? You see what I'm saying? So
I said that to Tyro.
Right.
I said, I said he might just be. I said Boots just might be that good. He really might be that good. Like, I'm not taking that home. Shit.
Yeah. Or even like Bakram too.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh?
No, no, I was just saying like Backrub too. Like maybe he might go through and make everybody look like Tim Tszyu. I don't think so, but maybe. But go ahead.
He might. You never know.
Yeah, because he struggled with Jack Koke, but he was that was during Ramadan. He was fasting. So, but go ahead. My fault.
So I think that's all I'm saying. But I know Boots is good though. I know he's great. You can look at the dude and tell. But I want to see. I'm a boxing fan. I want to see something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a matchup in there, man. We see you get there and beat one of these guys up.
Right. Oh yeah. But yeah, let me pull up Ty real quick. I'm gonna put you in the back, and then I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna let Ty get just a couple minutes, and I'm gonna pull you back up. We just chop.
All right, bet.
All right, bet. Appreciate you, bro.
Without a doubt.
Let me hit this message just for a little bit. Shout out to Kron, man. What's good, bro? Shout out to my brother Tufo in the building. What up, folk? He said, Doc, we need a okay, yeah. Hey, somebody give it. You lucky you were mine. I'd have put you at the kiddie table for that blasphemy. He said we need a Vergil sticker. I'm not mad at the Vergil sticker, but the future GOAT is crazy. Yeah, get Tufo up out of here. Yeah, we got to give Tufo the boots, man. I need the boots spammed in the chat. The boots for Jaron Boots Ennis and the boots for booting gosh dang Tufo. Shout out to V. V said, what up, V? V in the building. Big member in the building, man. Shout out to all the members, man. If you were gifted a membership, consider renewing that membership upon expiration, man. Please. It helps us to keep going and growing. Shout out to V. He says Lubin came with the Crawford fit minus the skill. Facts. He came with the Crawford fit minus the skills, bro. Facts. I don't even know why he wore that. Yeah, I felt that Karen match was a real test. Maybe not a KO threat, but I agree. I think that Karen shows some IQ. I think Karen only has one loss besides Boots, right? He has 3 losses, right? I can't remember who he lost to. Somebody a little while back. But yeah, man, I think Karen could become a champion. You know, I think him and I'm not saying he'll beat Brian Norman. I like Brian Norman a lot, man. I like that young man a lot. I like Barrios a lot. I think he beats Barrios as much as I like Barrios. I think Karen also beats Rolly. So I think Brian Norman's a good match with Karen. I don't know how that'll go. Yeah, I think Karen is the championship caliber material, especially at 147, how welterweight is. I think Karen beats Lewis Crocker, the IBF champ. No disrespect, but from what I've seen in Lewis Crocker, I think Karen beats him. So, you know, I think that if Karen stays with the IBF, he fights Lewis Crocker. Who are you picking, Karen or Lewis Crocker? I think a lot of people would pick Karen. So, and I don't think that's more of a testament to the 147 being barren. Yes, it is barren, but hey, everybody can't be a champion, man. I think Karen can be a champion. So, you know, Boots beat Lima, and now people think he amazing, overrated to me. I'm not mad at people thinking Boots is overrated, but I don't think he's overrated because he beat Lima. Lima never been stopped before, number one. He fought Aaron McKenna, who's a contender at the weight class above at 160, right? But Boots was unified, undefeated and unified in the Ring Magazine champ. If anybody else had those accolades, people would not call him overrated. In fact, people don't say Janabek is overrated, right? I know some people think Janabek is a boogeyman. Some people think he's the best. I think Janabek is good. But why do I think he's good? For probably the same reason why you think he's good, because he's a unified champion. But when it comes to Boots, some people don't think he's good, and he's also a unified champion and was a Ring Magazine champion. So I'm not saying that belts mean everything, but it's just funny that sometimes we think the belts matter and sometimes we think they don't. And I love the Janabek example because people think, or even Job Ataya, right? Who is really Job Ataya beat Maris Bradis. That's a great win. But other than that, you know, but people say he's good, right? More so for the people that he has not beat. Like people say Job Ataya is good because we haven't seen him in there with Zerd, or we haven't seen him in there with Badu Jack, and we assume that is because those guys are ducking him. Not saying they're not saying they are, but we tend to give people credit for being good more so based off of the belts that they have and the people that they're not fighting. But then Boots, who wanted to fight everybody, I don't think anybody thinks that Boots is ducking anybody, right? I think Vergil and Boots is a great fight. But if we're going to say Vergil's good, then I think Boots is at least good. Vergil stops Karen? Maybe. I think that's a pretty good fight. He might stop him. But even then, I think that stylistically speaking, right? Like the late, great Ricky Hatton, right? Shout out to V. That's a good point. But look, I'll just give you an example, right? Remember Manny Pacquiao? I love this example because remember Manny Pacquiao beat the late, great Ricky Hatton. Beat him in like 2 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. Floyd Mayweather, it took 10, right? But it's stylistic. It's a stylistic matchup. Floyd Mayweather is not an aggressive knockout artist. But if you watch that fight, I could argue that Floyd Mayweather, for his style, dominated Ricky Hatton. in just as good of a fashion, if not a better fashion, than Manny Pacquiao dominated him. You got to remember Floyd Mayweather check hook Ricky Hatton and made him go head first into the turnbuckle. Like he just made it like he wasn't on the same level. And then, but anyway, a lot of people would think because Manny Pacquiao beat Miguel Cotto faster than Floyd did, or he beat Ricky Hatton faster than Floyd did, that he was going to beat Floyd, and he didn't beat Floyd, right? He lost. So I just think it's stylistic too. But I agree. I think Vergil probably stops caring. I'm not mad at anybody picking Vergil over Boots. I think those a great fight. I just pick Boots, but I don't think that. I think that they're both good. I think that Boots is more accomplished though. I mean, he was a Ring Magazine and a unified champion. Vergil has never been a champion in 147 or 154. But let me bring up my brother Ty in the building, man. JRN was good.
I just think it's
My brother, what's poppin', man?
I'm not mad at anybody. I got you playing in the background.
No, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to him, man. Hey, shout out to my brother Ty. You see, Ty got this on in the background, man. Just because you in the Discord, just because you chopping it up, man. Keep the stream on, man. We trying to grow now. We trying to grow. Smack that like button for your boy. I appreciate it, man. That's how we grow, man. Shout out to Ty. Thank you, bro.
I heard some blasphemous takes.
They blaspheming, ain't it?
Oh, yeah, I had to take Oster to homie court earlier,
Oh Lord.
but it's a question that never gets answered. It's always, well, any of the guys at 54.
Oh, it's a piece of light. Right.
So
mm-hmm.
if he's never been in a 50 fight, or
Mm-hmm.
some of these guys haven't posed him a problem in there, who would you suggest? Put a name to it.
That's a good question. I mean, that's a good point.
We quick to tell all these other fighters who they should be fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But
Joe is.
apparently, Boots ain't fighting these guys, but who are these guys?
Where they at? Yeah,
It
that's
was
an
being
old
like
school song.
Boots' energy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he needs to get in front of the camera and start talking more. Maybe he needs to start popping up to these fights. He did everything that we critiqued him for.
You can't
and
win,
we
bro.
still ain't happy.
Can't win, bro. You know that. You can't win, bro.
We gonna ask the introvert to be up there and be witty and funny. The man don't like talking.
Bro, I'm so glad you said that, bro. I'm gonna wait till you're done, though.
Yeah, we say he don't ever patron these events. He not out and about. We see Keith out there at every fucking fight, doing face-offs, talking about this guy ducking him, that guy doing this and the third. We laugh at it. And we actually indulge in that bullshit. But this
Yep.
person right here, he got fighters going on record in interviews just saying, "Look, I just told him we not fighting.
Well, yep.
We never discussed money or anything.
Yep.
I just said I ain't gonna fight him.
Come on now.
That's a duck."
Come on now. What Erickson Lubin just said, talk about he'd only fight Boots for but I'm not mad at it though. I don't think that's a bad thing. But you can't tell somebody to go fight some people, look who you just fought, but then you won't even fight them. Unless it's for some high stakes. So that tells you something right there. They bro, you let people talk, they go tell you how they really feel. They gonna tell you how they really feel, but you just let them talk, man. Sometimes you just gotta listen. That's what your mama tell you, ain't it? Yep. Just listen sometimes.
Yeah. Talking about we gotta do it for a bag, but what have you done this last fiscal year? Your numbers is down. You can't be mad at somebody sitting there trying to do business with you and they give you your market value. That's a you problem.
Come on now. Yep. That's a fact, bro.
Shit, we seen Speedy Rashidi come out here and cap said the money wasn't enough.
Come on now. Who he just
Somebody
fought again?
posted your shit.
Who Speedy Rashidi just fought again? Yeah, exactly.
Javier Fortuna.
Oh, okay. Okay. When last time you see him? It's crazy.
For amount that I made off of sparring.
Come on now. That's
What we
crazy.
talking about?
That's crazy. Come on,
But
man.
you sitting there talking about Eddie not paying. Well, you should have told your actual promoter, bro, I need a little bit more, a little oomph on that.
The man said for the amount I made off of spar. Come on, man.
No, dead ass. It's dudes that went to a Jake Paul camp and got paid more than you and everybody on that card.
Come on,
For a
man.
fight that didn't happen.
Come on, man. You talking about
But you
Keyshawn,
telling
bro?
you telling somebody else promoter he got to come up off it.
You talking about
Nigga,
Montana
you
Love,
tell your
y'all?
promoter.
Talk about
Ray
Shakur,
Ford,
y'all. That's
Ray Ford
crazy.
got 8 rounds in with Jake. It made more than your card.
That's
What we talking
crazy, bro.
about?
Ray Savage Ford, y'all. That's crazy. This man
Shakur
tied
popped out there.
disrespectful.
You know, it wasn't for a cheap fee.
Come on now. This man tied in his
Get your
bag.
market value up.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't blame these fighters for what they get, man. And I kind of touched on this too about the introvert part, like when I was talking about the gift of gab. Like everybody's not an extrovert, everybody's not personable, everybody doesn't, they're not outgoing, they like to stay themselves. That's what you mostly hear about Boots, is that he likes to stay for himself. He doesn't like to be in front of the camera. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I said that I know Kendrick's not here, but we were talking about this a little while ago, and I was saying that some people are just good at a job and they don't want to be famous, but it comes with fame. So I don't expect everybody to be, and I'm not giving people an out. Everybody should be responsible, but that's why I don't expect everybody that's famous to be a good role model or be vocal about this or that just because they're famous. Like sometimes your occupation, just because you like doing it, that don't mean that you like the fame aspect of it. I'm not saying Boots does or doesn't, but if he is an introvert, he doesn't like talking. I don't really think that, like, we've seen this before, man. Like he's not somebody that is gonna go out there and be a polarizer with his words or super charismatic, but we still try to hold him accountable for his words. Like I said, somebody tried to nitpick on Twitter talking about, oh, I didn't like the fact that he said let's make this money. What? They're gonna make money, bro. It's a big fight. That's why Erickson Lubin fought Vergil Ortiz instead of Baccarat, and it wasn't for a belt. Like now you just selectively hearing things because you don't like somebody, or you do. Like, bro, come on, man. Even Oscar De La Hoya said that if they get in negotiations, Vergil has to get the A side, or he has to get everything that works out for him because he's the bigger fighter. So they're talking about money. Like to act like money is not an issue. Then if there's not an issue, then why would Vergil Ortiz not even fought for a belt? Forget being a champion. He hasn't even fought for a belt yet. Okay, then. Either he's scared or it's for money. One of the two. Go ahead, my fault, Ty. I just want to expound on that.
Man, that line you gave earlier when you was in your Malcolm X bag, it reminded me of the speech when he was on the radio and he said, it's the ballot or the bullet.
Appreciate it, bro.
Well, some of these dudes at 154 need to make a choice.
Come on now.
It's either the strap or the boot.
Come
You
on
gotta
now.
catch one.
Come on now. That's a fact, bro. That's crazy, man. One time for Malcolm X. If I can do anything in the likes of Brother Malcolm, that means I'm doing something right. You feel me? Shout out to Brother Malcolm, man. Rest in peace. Yeah, man. I got my diploma for criminology now. Hey, shout out to you, JRN. Congratulations, my brother. Let's go. Big diploma in the building. What an applause at. Hold on, I got you. If I can find it. But yeah, man. So what'd you think about the performance, man? You impressed, or you more impressed with Lubin? Sorry, you more impressed with Vergil or disappointed in Lubin? Ty.
It went the way I thought. I thought he was gonna run through him like shit through draws. I thought he was gonna put him out. I thought he was gonna be on the stretcher.
Check, and checkmate. All the above.
You just can't have a bad camp and expect anything good from it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a byproduct of Lubin feeling slighted, like he felt like he needed to do extra stuff or, pressed it, but all that extra stuff he did in camp cost you. Now you'll be labeled the shot fighter.
Yep.
You about to be out there for the layup line, and this justifies people saying you robbed Ramos.
Yeah.
Take it back to the Ramos fight. That's a fact. That's making that like, yeah. And I like Ramos. I like Ramos, fellow Floridian. Shout out to Erickson Lubin, but I like Ramos more than I like Lubin. And I'm one of those that thought that I didn't think that Lubin was a beneficiary of a robbery. But yeah, it's gonna look like it now, more so. It's gonna look like it more so now, for sure.
You know, in boxing, everybody loves revisionist history.
Yes, sir.
Even though he probably outpointed Ramos that night, the optics is going to look like this. So you went in there and got stopped like that.
Mm-hmm.
So every moment you wasn't throwing, we should have scored that for Ramos.
Yep.
I think we need to give him that W.
Yep. That's a fact, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Lubin, man. You think he's finished, or you think he is a shot fighter? What do you think he do? What do you think is next for Lubin from here? What's the best course of action?
Box.
What'd you say?
Pro box.
That's crazy. Go back to pro box. Oh man. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. No, go ahead. Sorry. No. You good. You good. That's my fault.
I was gonna say it's an early look at what could happen to Anthony Yard.
Hey.
This is what happens when we look at your resume and all your biggest fights, you've been stopped. That's something you can't get around. You're a credible name.
Yep.
Hell of a fighter. But what does it say for your legacy?
Yeah.
You was better off going to fight Bakaram for a title.
Yeah.
Because fighting for a title and a losing effort and stop like that, cool. We can let that slide. But you need a little bit of cheese, a little greenery in your life.
Come on now, a little greenery in your scenery. Come on now. Rafael says, I had Lubin winning. Good for you. I don't think that's a bad pick, like I was talking about earlier. I know you just got in, Rafael. What's up? But I don't think, like, people are going to say that in hindsight, right? I picked Vergil. Ty picked Vergil. But I don't, me personally, I don't think it was a bad, and I want to say this too, and Ty picked him by devastating knockout like this too. So he wasn't one. So he definitely said that Vergil was going to beat him like this. I thought it was going to be Vergil by a stoppage at like 8 rounds. But I don't think there's anything wrong with picking Lubin. It's just, you know, Vergil's just better. And I think anybody saw Lubin potentially outboxing Vergil or potentially even stopping him. I don't think you're wrong for that. And I don't want Ty's words to get misconstrued. He's not saying that he was robbed. I don't feel like Ramos was robbed. I thought the right person won, but some people feel like that. And what he's saying is that if you perform like this and you were stopped in 1 round by Jermell Charlo and you were stopped by a current champion by the WBC, current WBC champion Sebastian Fundora, people are gonna question things about your career more so now. Like, and that's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? So not saying that you or me or him individually, but that's what we're gonna do collectively. We're gonna make it seem like, you know, I've already seen people saying that Lubin was trash. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like. People have already been saying that. It's crazy. You know, I think it's crazy. Like some people said, oh, some people, bro, I know you were here early, but I showed somebody where somebody said that, oh, people that picked Lubin, they only picked him because he was black. bro, people are saying crazy stuff, bro.
What?
People are saying that stuff, bro. It's sad. So, I don't think you're wrong for picking Lubin. You know, hey, I picked Floss. Hey, I picked Floss over Tiger. I was way wrong, but I think that Ty is right about going to pro boxing. I was going to make a similar statement and say that, no disrespect, and I could be wrong about this. I think the same thing's going to happen to Najee Lopez. I think it's one thing to look good on pro box. And I'm not saying anybody's going to do that to Najee Lopez, but I feel like, hopefully I'm wrong. I like Najee Lopez from what I see so far. But I think as soon as he steps up, he's at light heavyweight. I think he fights Morrell, and Morrell been bull jiving, so maybe he'll do good against Morrell. But I think Morrell should be able to make it look easy, stylistically. I think Dave Benavidez stops him. I think Peterbia stops him. I think Bivol embarrasses him, just because stylistically speaking. I don't think Najee Lopez has anything for any of the top guys at light heavyweight. I think he has stuff for guys on the pro box level, on the pro box circuit. And we love the pro box circuit because you don't have to be great fighters to make a great fight. Look at the late, great Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward. No disrespect to them, but they're not like, they weren't the Floyds or the Cottos or the Zabs of their era, but they were good guys that make for explosive fights. You can make good fights, and that's what pro box does, I think. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm saying like they have like a circuit of guys that are around the same level and they're match made very well, so they put up good fights because they're competitive. But once you bring a guy, even a guy who was struggling like Delonte Tiger Johnson, but he has a amateur Olympic pedigree, he has experience with other top guys, you bring him down there, even though he was struggling, he ain't gonna struggle on pro box because it's slightly different. So that's why I took from what Ty said, and I agree with that. I just think that if Erickson Lubin goes to pro box, I think he'll be good again.
Mm-hmm. For people that didn't get what I was saying, I guess the best representation is Let's look at what happened with Devin Haney.
Mm.
Yeah, he fought a drug cheat,
Mm-hmm.
and they strike that fight from both the guys' record. But you can't change the optics of that situation. He went in there, got beat
True.
on by somebody that was his size. So the running thing is, a lot of those guys he fought at 35 and 40, he was just bigger than them. He was
Yeah.
getting caught with shit. The running narrative was, as long as somebody got a decent left hand, they was gonna get the Haney the fuck up out of there. And because of how it looked when he fought Ryan, he's still
Yeah.
looking. He's still dealing with the damages to this day, even though that's been removed from his record.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care what the actual facts is. He didn't lose, but we still saw that.
Yep. That's a good point. But that's the next big fight, though. That's the next big one, right? November 22nd. There's nothing between now that's really big like that, I don't think.
Shit, for $44 to $60. Shit.
Bro.
I can't be mad at the price, but it's the principle of it. You can't sit here and tell everybody that moving forward,
Come on now.
that all these fights that's going to be, with your stamp on it, are going to be free.
Come on
and then
now.
you turn around and expect us to pay $200 in total.
Come on now.
for the events that you got coming for us.
Yep. I was so disappointed when I saw it when it was first. I don't know, it was first. When I first saw it, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I was gonna talk about it. But I was like, man, I was gonna make a video about it. So, man, because yeah, the package is like $250 or something, and you being generous with $200. It's like $250. That's just crazy, bro. Like the ultimate package or whatever it's called. Like they got like the 4 different tiers. Like, come on, dog. They wildin'. Raise your threat, beat Norman, -120. Whoa. Okay. I thought it was. I mean, I expected Devin to be the favorite, but I thought Devin was gonna be a little bit more than that. I mean, sorry, wait, I read that wrong. Norman's a favorite. Oh, I thought Devin would have been a slight favorite. Whoa.
Yeah, remember, these are early odds, so this is based off of fanfare and
True.
where people are putting their money.
True. Yeah, I mean that's still razor thin, like you said, Albuquerque. But I thought Devin would have been a little bit more than that. Like not that thin of a favorite. But I thought it'd been like a decent level favorite. Okay. I'm going Norman, man. But like I said, I think it's a good fight, but I do think it's going to be dominant. I think it's a good fight that's going to be dominant, and whoever's in favor of the winner, obviously. I just don't know which way. I'm going with Norman, but I think that I could see. I don't think that it has to be a stoppage for Norman either. But I think it would be, but I don't think it has to be. But I do think that Devin, we got to remember, man, a lot of people are talking that trash. And I'm not just trying to stay on the Regis fight, but a lot of people thought that he couldn't drop anybody. Now, I don't think Regis was like hurt, but hey, it doesn't matter. He still dropped him, And if you could drop somebody, that means that you could hurt somebody. And if you could hurt somebody, then you could potentially stop him. So, hey. What they say about them punches, right? Them punches, the ones that hurt the most are the ones you don't see. So if he's trying to swing and he gets caught, I don't think it's impossible. I think it's improbable. I don't think it's impossible. We shall see, man. I got Dev. If it's not a stoppage, Dev wins. Okay. 70-30 for Norman. Ooh, Rafael going all in. I got it about 60-40 for Norman. If I had to put a percentile on it.
I got it 60-40 going the other way.
7-5, 7-5, 8-4.
The only caveat I got on that is Dev's mentality going into this fight. But from what I've seen of him, that boy's solid.
What do you
And
think
he
about
got
the
some
face
special guests. He got some special guests in Saudi.
Yeah, he in Saudi Arabia already.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
It's somebody else's trainer that's supposed to be working with somebody else for another card, but
Okay, I'm in.
he in Saudi with them right now. Just saying.
Hey, shout out to our guy Oster.
Yeah.
Out there in Saudi Arabia working, huh? They out there working, huh?
They cooking something up out there, man. They cooking something up out there. I'm telling you. They cooking something up. They're gonna bring some shit to this fight.
Man,
Bill
I don't
Haney.
know. Man.
Bill
I don't
Haney
know,
pull all
bro.
the strings out, man. He
You
got the
got to.
CIA, the FBI. He got everybody out. Nobody know what's going on with them. Those niggas in a
Don't
bubble
forget the
somewhere.
Cheetos.
And the Cheetos, yeah, they in a bubble somewhere.
You know, he got that family size bag of Cheetos in the tuck for somebody. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
I
they
ain't gonna
sat there.
lie.
They got a bunch of candy and shit. They're like, who the next person coming? Why I got all this candy? You see Bomac fat ass and Crawford coming down there. You heard me?
That's crazy though.
Dad gonna come out here and do this thing, man. I'm telling y'all, man, he gonna do this thing here. And I don't like Dad though. That's crazy, right? I like Norman though. I like Norman, but I'm just saying, into this fight,
Right.
I like Dad for the fight. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing against Norman. I like the shit out of Norman, but this one here, boy, I think Dad. I'm telling you, I think that last fight was a trick. I think it was meant to be. I think that was his plan to run around and and whatever you do, but. It's hard to do that, Doc. It's hard to run from a motherfucker in the ring.
Absolutely.
That's hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that ain't easy, man.
And I think that like it's just not pleasing to the fans, but people got to stop this nonsense like you running on an infinite plane, bro. You are in a confined space, bro. If you can't track somebody down, and I want to be clear too, it's easier said than done to track somebody down as well, to locate them. But it's not easy to move lateral like that while somebody's coming forward. Like, just try it. Why you think quarterbacks get dusted by wide receivers? Because they're lining up backwards, and a lot of times they're running backwards. I don't know if you ever played football or if you ever played a corner. That's like one of the hardest. I used to play that. That's like one of the hardest positions, if not the hardest position on the field, because you running, you trying to react, right? You try to react and not only counter what somebody's doing, you try to follow, counter, and anticipate. So like when you're trying to, so this person's coming forward at you, he's like the wide receiver, and you're trying to make sure that he doesn't hit you and stuff like that. So it's like, or whatever. You try to make sure he doesn't track you down. Granted, you're not following the guy that's coming forward is following you, but you're moving backwards while they're following you, or you're moving side to side. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm not saying that it's fun to watch, but.
That was a good analogy with the cornerback, because
I appreciate it, bro.
that was damn good analogy, because you don't like, the receiver, sometimes they start off, taking light steps. Cause I played corner, he's setting you up, taking little light steps and just take off, and you backpedaling like, oh,
come on, bro,
and run.
Right.
You're like, yo,
come on, bro. And the wide receivers, they big too. They got the long strides. They usually bigger than you, man. Come on, man. Forward, though. And they running forward, and they moving. You got to keep up with them.
Yeah, you don't know which way they running straight and cut a slant or nothing. You
right,
gotta follow this one.
Right.
You're like, yo, what the hell?
Right. Now the only difference in the box is that if you're the aggressor, you're the one that's trying to keep up with the person that's running away from you, but you're still running forward. And so, you know what I'm saying? You're still not running, but you're moving forward. So it's easy. It's always easier to move forward than it is to move backwards. Or so if you really want to get there, you should be able to get there. You should be able to cut off the ring enough if you're not just blindly following them. Like who you just saw. I was just talking about that. Somebody was just following somebody. Dang, we were just watching. I was talking about it. Not this weekend, last week. Who fought last weekend? Perro and Thompson. I don't remember who it was, but they were just following them, and they weren't cutting off the ring. They were just, dang, I don't remember who it was. Anyway, like, so shout out to I think somebody mentioned about Bomac. I think Bomac's one of the best trainers in the game. I think Bosey's one of the best. I think Robert Garcia. To me, those three are the best, right? From their stable and champions that they have, and you know what I'm saying. But Robert Garcia, as one of the best, former trainer of the year, he was Jose Carlos Ramirez's trainer, bro. Jose Carlos Ramirez is an Olympian. He's also a former unified champion. So if you can't teach that guy to cut off the ring, I just feel like it's not about you not being able to teach them. It's just that you were ill prepared. You know what I'm saying? All they did during the whole buildup was talk about how weak Devin Haney's chin is, how reluctant he is to exchange. So you knew that he was going to do that, and you still couldn't anticipate it. So I got to give credit to Devin Haney. I did not like the fight. I did not like how it looked. There's nothing I'll watch again. Well, I have watched it again, but I'm saying there's nothing I'll be like planning to watch again or something like that. But you got to give him credit, bro. He outboxed him. But boxing is hit and don't get hit. It's not Rumble in the Jungle. That's one boxing match. That's Ali and who was Rumble in the Jungle? Ali and Foreman or Ali and Frazier?
Ali and Foreman, yeah.
Ali and Foreman, yeah. Because Thriller in Manila was Ali and Frazier, right? So yeah, so you don't just yeah, man. It's just it's not knockout boxing, kings, bro. It's boxing, bro. It's boxing, hit and don't get hit, bro. It's sweet science.
It's boxing, man.
It's sweet science.
It's boxing, man. 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 It's boxing That's the whole skimmy. Hit it, don't get hit. So if you want to get hit, then go to Ramos and let them train you because they get hit. If you don't want to get hit, go to Bomac and people.
Hey, man, go to Garcia if you want to get hit, bro. It's crazy, bro.
If you want to get hit, go
If you want to get hit, go to Robert Garcia, man. You get that snack pack. That's crazy,
Get that
dog.
snack pack and you let them tell you to punch them in the hands, punch them in the arms, punch them
Hey, come on now. Come on now. So yeah, I just think that like I said, we got to give credit where credit's due. I'm not saying that Devin Haney. I'm not a Devin Haney. Like, I don't even like saying I'm not a Devin Haney fan. I'm a boxing fan, man. I'm not like a big old. I wouldn't say that I'm like a Devin Haney. Like, you know, I like Gervonta Tate Davis, one of my favorite fighters. You know, let me say that Devin Haney's not one of my favorite fighters. But he's the youngest undisputed champion on the male side, bro. You got to be a fan of him. Like, now, like I said, there's more times. No, I was rooting for Haney over Ramirez. I picked Ryan over Devin Haney. I was rooting for Ryan over Devin Haney too at the time, before I knew Ryan was a racist, ignorant piece of crap. But then Devin Haney over Lomachenko, I was rooting for. So that's what I'm saying. I don't dislike Devin, but he's not one of my favorite because there's some fights where I'm rooting for him, some fights where I'm not. I was rooting for Devin over Lomachenko. I was rooting for Devin over Kambosos. I was rooting for Ryan over Devin. I'm rooting for Norman over Devin now. I was rooting for Devin over Ramirez. So
I went with Dev on that Ryan fight though.
Okay. Yeah, so there's times I'm rooting for him, times where I'm not. So I want to say that I'm definitely not. There's not too many fighters where I'm always rooting against them. I'm trying to think. What fighter would I say that I always rooting against? Right now, I'm always rooting against Ryan Garcia, but that's because he did some, you know what I'm saying, the racist stuff or whatever. But just off of, I can't think of a fighter that I was like, oh yeah, I'm always rooting against.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't really operate like that. I guess Teofimo because he said some racist stuff, but like, you know what I'm saying? So like outside of that, like just as a fighter.
I mean, now if somebody do something, I might not do, but just generally.
Yeah, just generally,
nah,
I can't think of who.
Yeah, generally, I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't think of who.
That's a good. It's kind of hard to do that anyway because these boxers ain't boxing, so you be not liking them motherfucker for like 10 years. He only had 5 fights in today's time.
Yeah, facts. Hey, no, Smoochie got me. Hey, no, Smoochie right on that one. Nick Ball, that's it. That's the one right there. I'm never going for Nick Ball. I can't think of one time I rooted for Nick Ball. That's a good point. Yeah, Nick Ball might be it. Shout out to Al Booger, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
Yo, I don't know why can't I send no money into the thing no more. When I see the super chat, or they see the super chat, I put the message up there and I go and it says message can't be things. So I'm thinking maybe that a cursing here. So I'm looking in and start changing shit up. But it's been doing this shit for like 2 weeks. I can't go from the phone.
Really?
I can't. I swear to God.
I
I've
don't
been
know.
doing it just now. When we was talking just now, I was just right. The message, the last message I put up,
Yeah.
I was putting that in the super chat.
And it wouldn't let you.
I can't. It won't. Look, I'm gonna show you what the message says right now.
YouTube be hating on me, man. Bro, I need that, bro. You send it to the Cash App. Go to the Cash App.
It says an error occurred. Please try again. Dismiss. I don't know why I keep doing this shit.
I don't know either. I gotta look into that.
Yeah, I sent it to the Cash App, but I was saying.
No, you good. Is it through the Is it because of the Is there the character limitation? Maybe you putting too many characters.
No, that's what I thought. So, you know, you got the 2 and the 5. So I had 148 on the letters, so I took some off. But I had shit in there, the word shit. So I took shit out because I'm thinking that
you know, maybe.
But I took it out and it's still doing it. It's been doing this shit since I got my phone back on. And I've been trying to send you like super chats, but it's just keep. And I thought it was something wrong with my phone, so I said, let me see now. Let me check now. And this shit just did it again. But I'll get it. I'll figure out what it is.
I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, but we need that support. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. He said Ben Davidson. Yeah, Ben Davis is all right, man. Shout out to Al Booker for the sticker, man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, my brother. Manny Robles is good. Yeah, Bermudez. But I'm talking about top 3. You put them. Would you put Robles or Bermudez or Ben Davidson over Bomac, Robert Garcia, or Bozy right now? You got to remember, Bozy has O'Shea Jones, women boxer, IBF 154 champion. He has Andy Cruz, who's about to fight Raymond Murataya for the IBF belt at 135. He has Boots Ennis, who's former unified Ring Magazine champion. He has Stephen Fulton on his comeback, who's a current featherweight WBC champion. He has he just picked up Jack Catterall. I feel like I'm missing somebody too. My bad. I'm sure I am. But yeah, that's a strong statement. Then Bomac, I ain't got to go. You know Bomac, who he got. You know, he got from Keyshawn to Bud, the best fighter right now. You got Chris Eubank Jr. Yeah, you got a lot, man. So and then Robert Garcia, obviously he has Vergil Ortiz. Robert Garcia, Bam Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nah, man, I don't know these guys. He has Raymond Morataya as well, who's a champion right now, IBF champion, 135. Yeah, I wouldn't put to be those three in any order. Those three are clear above everybody else. Don Charles is nice, but Don Charles just got smoked with. I mean, I was Usyk. I'm not holding him. I can't hold losing against Usyk against Don Charles, but he still lost. And then Don Charles, remember, Don Charles trains. Who did he just train that just took another L? Jordan Thompson. I think he trains Jordan Thompson, right, Rafael? He just lost to Lenier Pero, and Lenier Pero is trained by Bob Santos. Shout out to Bob Santos. I rock with Bob Santos. And he follows your boy on Twitter, on Instagram too, man. Shout out to Bob Santos, man. I'm trying to get him on the show. Yeah, so yeah, no, I can't put anybody over Robert Garcia, Bomac, and Bosey right now. Now, any order of those three, it's up to you, but I think those three are clearly ahead of the.
I think Bomac should have got Coach of the Year for 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think you probably get it this year. Beat Canelo.
He better get it.
Yeah, you think he'll get this year?
He better get it, man. Yeah. That's crazy. But then again, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me call you right back, Tom, because I'm on the phone real quick. All right. I think don't it matter who the other fighters is too, or when you get fight of the year, would it just go by one of your fighters or they go by your whole stable?
Trainer of the year? Oh, it's everything included, like your wins, your stable, who you got, different factors. Yeah. I think who won it last year? Was it Robert Garcia? I think Robert Garcia won last year. I think the year before Bomac won, if I'm not mistaken.
How the hell Robert Garcia win? These niggas over there juicing.
Nah, you wildin', but Robert Garcia got a Abel Sanchez. Oh yeah, yeah, Rafael, you just naming people now. I like Abel. Who is Abel Sanchez been trading? Like that's been shaking up boxing right now. Nah, yeah, you just naming people now. I mean, we could throw in Roddy Shields, of course. We could, like you said, Manny Robles is a good one. We could throw in what's my boy's trader for Junto? What's his name? Rudy Fernandez, or is it Fernandez or Hernandez? I think Fernandez. There's a lot of people you could throw in there, but no. Yeah, I'm standing on that. I don't think anybody is. There's a lot of trainers that are good, but the top three, nah. That's Bomac, Garcia, and Bosey right now, bro. They have too many. They have fighters, male, female, heavyweight, minimal weight. They got fighters all over the place, man. Champions, contenders.
Yo, Teddy, my man. I'll let Teddy train me.
Shout out to Teddy
gonna hype me up.
Shout out to Teddy Atlas.
Teddy gonna make you feel like you Superman. You gonna go in that shit knowing you an ant. He gonna feel like you Superman fucking with Teddy.
Come on,
he gonna hype you up. They should play that reggae. Hype me up.
Hype me up.
Hype me up. Teddy, you see Teddy there because that's what he do. He gonna hype you up.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. Garcia has a slew of fighters that. Yeah, it's not about winning all your fights, but it's about like he has people that. Yeah, sometimes Robert Garcia go through it. Like Rayo, hey, that was a bad performance. He didn't win one round against Gary Anton Russell, but then he turns around and he got Bam. You feel me? So and then he turns around and has Murataya secure a title by beating Zaur Abduliev, right? So I'm saying the best and saying good. Those are two different things. I'm not saying the other fight. Ben Davison is good, right? Even though it didn't look good when he got cooked by Dubois against Anthony Joshua, right? But then he turned around and looked good with Moses Atama so far. But like I said, I don't know. I'm not saying that the guys aren't good, but they're not.
You ain't gonna say you ain't good. You're not great though.
Right, and even if you are great, I'm not even saying that they're not great. I'm just saying they're not top three. They ain't Bosey, Bomac, and Robert right now. They killing it right now. In my opinion, anyway. But fellas, man, I'm about to go ahead and call it, man. Appreciate y'all.
Without a doubt, player.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all rocking for real. I don't know why that thing's not working on the YouTube though. I wonder if it's because I don't know,
man. I'm telling you, I sent the Cash App though, but I'm just saying I don't know.
Man, shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it, man. I ain't get the notification when I get it. Shit trash.
But I'm trying to put something together, Doc, so I could get you this interview. I'm trying to because I was on the phone. I was on the phone early today with my man for like 2 hours right before I started talking to Ty. And we was talking about Shadeja Green. Remember I told you I know people in their camp.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I'm like,
yeah,
yo,
yep. Shout out to Shadeja.
yeah, so I'm talking to my man Fats, because they all in the same camp, you know what I mean? And so I was talking to Ty.
It
Ty said he
just
know
came
him.
through now, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Okay, Ty said he know him, but I'm trying to get this joint, and I was telling my man, I was like, yo, I want to try to get on an interview. I said, but I don't want to do it on my channel. I said I want to do it on my man channel because he
Man,
bigger
appreciate it, bro.
and he trying to, you know what I mean? And I said he really into this boxing. I said, you know, everybody got their strong fields, but I said my man is into it. My man, you know, he know the names and the whole nine. He into it.
Man,
You know what I
appreciate
mean?
it,
It'll be
bro.
a
Shout
good
out to you,
interview.
man. Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
it'll be a good interview for him. You know what I mean? For her. So I'm working. I was on the phone today. I'm working. I'm gonna get this joint. I'm working.
Man, appreciate it.
I'm trying to get her and Green. I'm trying to get her and Green.
Hey, Green ain't gonna rock with me, bro. Cause you these days, man, people feel like I'm not talking about Green, cause I don't know if Green. I'm just speaking, but if I say something good about Clarissa, boy, you know they think this. So Shadeja Green said something the other day. She said something on Twitter, and I responded to it. She was like, and she didn't respond to me, but I don't mean she didn't see it, but she was like, she never seen somebody. She was talking about Clarissa. She said, I never seen somebody say that bring up what she say. I can't remember what she said. She said, I never seen somebody bring up a past loss of their opponent for a reason not to fight them. That's what she said. So basically, she's talking about like she didn't see somebody because you know she lost to Francis Cruz, and Clarissa will say that, and she's like, oh, she never seen somebody talk about a loss so much to not fight them. And I told her, I said, no, I don't think Clarissa Shields is saying that to not fight you. She's just saying that to emphasize that she has no reason to be afraid of you, like people are implying. You know, but I don't know how she took that. You know what I'm saying? But I said, I hope y'all fight because I think it's a great fight. So I ain't talk trash. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, some people, boy, you can't say anything these days, boy. They gonna be offended.
These boys are soft.
They gonna be offended, but I'm telling you, bro, they gonna be offended, boy.
I tell you, boy, they tough on the outside, but they soft on the inside. No homo. I'm telling you, man, they talk all that shit. You say boo to these motherfuckers, they crying.
Facts. Oh, shout out to my brother Oster though, man, with the $5 dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
Right.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Big biscuits, man. You can always hit the Cash App, man. Shout out to the Cash App. Shout out to the Super Chat. Appreciate y'all, man. For real, the members.
Yeah, I gotta figure out my shit because I like to send it through the message, man. Because I like to put my little
I like
1, 2 down there on the screen. You heard me?
Right. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
you
call
got
it
your man,
bro.
Eric the Soundman. Eric is Lubin the Soundman Erickson. That's his name.
Yeah, I was disappointed with Errol Erickson, man. Erickson just
that's his name, the guppy. The fucking guppy.
That was it. Like I said, and I don't like it because when you see fights like this, like you get more impressed. You're more disappointed in the performance of the opponent than you are impressed by the victory, bro. Another one that felt like that was like Wilder and Joseph Parker. It's like I felt like I was more disappointed in Deontay Wilder's performance than I was impressed by Joseph Parker's performance. And so but I don't want to do that to Vergil, man. Yeah, it be like that sometimes. So yeah, I don't want to be like that.
But the thing is, it was a real quick fight, so you can't really be too judgmental anyway. It was a real quick fight. So a real good question is, how? I know you're getting off real quick, but
no, do you think?
How do you think people feel about Vergil performance? You think people think that Vergil just straight dominated him with skills? Because it didn't seem like that. It seemed like the Soundman just didn't want to fight. That's how it seemed.
Yeah, and
he got in there. He didn't like. I don't know if Vergil hit him with that body shot like right prior to that, because he hit him with a mean body shot, and I don't know if that sent some confusion to him, because after that he walked to the rope like, I'm going to chill. I'm not doing this no more. Nah, we're not doing this, bro. We out of here. I'm out of here, bro.
Right.
And he just walked back to the joint. So does Vergil performance make you look at Vergil any way different than you looked at him prior to yesterday?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. Outside of him beating Erickson Lubin, like that's dope because of Erickson Lubin's name and stuff like that. But it doesn't make me. It's not like I got any more confidence that, oh yeah, man, he's definitely better. I don't feel like it was. He wasn't put through any adversity. He didn't do anything to like. I just didn't have enough time to make an assessment. Like it was a great performance, but like I said, I'm more impressed with how bad. Lubin was so bad, he was impressive. I was impressed by how bad he was. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
Yeah.
You worry about the dude that lost. I'm still worried
Right.
about this dude that
Right.
lost, man. Like, I can't even make an assessment with this guy here, man.
Right. Exactly.
I can't even make a proper assessment because this dude ain't do nothing. I can't say the other did too much because you're both basically ain't do. This was a funny fight. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. For real, you
Exactly.
walked in that, man. I said, "Come on, man, it's all good though. You know what? It's all good. We
Right.
how you say you win some, you lose some. Yo, Eric, I know you over there with that money right now, chilling the salmon. I'm gonna start
Right.
calling you the salmon. True story. I know you over there with that little money, chilling wherever. Ain't he from Florida, Doc?
Yeah. Yeah. Lubin. Yep. He's from Florida. Yep.
That's why I was
Orlando.
like, you ain't see what I said to you yesterday when you was like, yo,
Uh-uh.
I'm going. I was like, yo, Doc, how you ain't going for your virgin? He from the
I
town.
know.
Don't
I
let me
know,
see you in the
bro. I
grocery
know,
store.
bro.
Don't let
I
me see you in the
know,
grocery
bro.
store, man.
I know,
Yeah, but
man.
the
You catch me
big
in the
boy
grocery
said,
store slipping, bro. I might, it might be a wrap.
"You ain't gonna do that against me, man." Yeah.
Right. Right. Yep.
Nah, it's all good though. It's all good. Okay, it make it easier for me. I can just mark you off, Lubin. Check you right on off. So it make it easy for me. My little ledger getting shorter and shorter. All you fishes and salmons going in there to die. I'm chalking y'all off. Fuck that. I'm chalking y'all off. For real, for real. All I want to do right now is see what I want to see what my man do. You about to this me, Doc. I'm about to see what my man do. You think I don't like Caleb Plant, but I do like Caleb Plant though, for real. I want to see what Caleb
Hey,
Plant do. I ain't gonna
hey,
lie.
man. Oh, man.
I really want to see when he come back. What he gonna do,
Man,
man?
he better not
Cause
come
Caleb
back and
Plant can
fight
fight.
Charlo, bro. I don't want
That's
that,
who he better
man.
fight.
You think he should?
No, he
No,
better.
no, you got to get a tune-up, man. I don't like this.
No, Doc. We cannot stop saying those words. That's blasphemy. We got to stop saying tune-up. We got to get that out of boxing. We just got to. We got to get that out of boxing because everybody wants tune-ups. Come on, we got to get that out of boxing. They don't need no damn tune-up. He need to get his butt in there and fight. That's what he need to do.
True.
Leave that chick. You know this is that black girl. That black girl got him fucked up. I'm telling you. She got that baby on.
I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here. This man is blaming it on his woman, bro. I'm out, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's
She's
crazy.
like, man, you better stop playing with these cats. I'm telling you, kid. Drop that baby. And I'm trying to tell you, man, that's what happened to these cats, man. It happens all the time. All the time. You see the other dude say, man, I'm having a baby, man, this and that. You know you was having a baby, and you know you got to fight too. You better make your mind up. If that baby can't come in here and help you, you think it's a joke? All right. You keep it up. But I think Charlo and Plant, I think that should be a good fight. And I still say this, and I'm going to always say this. I think Boots should fight Majimov. If Majimov want to duck or not, press that dude. I think they should fight. That's a good fight for Boots.
Majimov, but what's Majimov do though? I don't know, man.
I'm comparing them like they compare Boots and Crawford. It's just styles. I'm just style baiting right
True.
now.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm just style baiting. That's all I'm doing. I'm just betting the styles. You know what I mean? That's the only other style in the game that's like Boots. Nobody else got that mastered like Boots and Crawford and Majimov. That's a fact, though.
Yeah.
Well, nobody is known for it.
I feel like, and hopefully I'm wrong, but man, this is boxing fans, man. They're very picky, man. They give Vergil Ortiz credit for beating Majimov, but if Boots beats Majimov, they're just gonna say, oh well, Vergil already beat him and Bud already beat him. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, they're gonna say Majimov is old.
Yeah, they're gonna say that. He overrated. Yeah, bro. I just don't think Majimov does anything. Yeah, I'm with you though. I'm not mad. That's a good fight. He can fight, bro. It's 154. 154 is the hottest division, so there's always people to fight. He can fight Bulletchu. I wouldn't be mad at Boots and Bulletchu, Boots and Majimov. But what is that doing to get us to the Vergil fight? You see what I'm saying? Especially with this camp, the nonsense that they're talking, they're gonna say, "Oh, he beat Majimov. We already beat Majimov. What does that do?" That's like that's what his pop's gonna say.
Funny thing, Doc.
What's
you know
that?
another funny thing?
What's that?
They got this whole hooray for Vergil, and Vergil ain't doing nothing in boxing. I don't know why you're making him seem like he the chosen one. You got to do all this to fight Vergil. You could have been fought this dude. Y'all done came from 2 divisions. What's going on here, man? Come on, that's serious, man. Come on.
Yeah, I don't
You feel what I'm saying?
either,
Everybody done had their fights, they tune-ups. Everybody done had everything. Now we back here at 154, and we got the same conversation at 147. What's going on?
Yeah, Vergil.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he got to do better.
Fight in 2-3 years. Y'all fighting people. So what is going on?
Yeah, I don't understand when his pop said that he got to earn a fight with Vergil. Like Vergil's an interim champion. What are you talking about? Earn
a fight with Vergil.
Yeah, his
pops was one of them you got to earn a fight for.
Exactly.
Anything, because Boots got. Yeah, at least he got some belts. At least he came with some
luggage. He had some belts.
You know what I mean? At least he left with some luggage. You left with nothing, Vergil, out of the whole division.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you ain't fight for nothing either.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
ain't fight a title fight at all. So I don't think you won. So why people got to do all this to fight you? That's what's
Yeah.
bugging me out.
Yeah, I don't think people do. I just think Boots does because that's just the way that they could, you know what I'm saying. But I don't know, man. But like I said, I like Vergil. I think he deserves all the shine again. That was a great performance. But I don't like the way that they're talking about this Boots fight. Talk about Errol Spence next. And shout out to Average Someone. Let me see what he said. Big member in the building. He said, was watching another podcast where he said that Vergil hit him in the first with an overhand right that showed up Lubin. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, he definitely caught him, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to look back. I just see Ortiz figured it out that Lubin was outclassed. Yeah, I think so too. But to that extent, I don't know, man.
Nah.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that Lubin didn't do anything though. But go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long to get outclassed.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long to get outclassed. It wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't outclassing him in the first round, the second round. Lubin Erickson, I don't know if he got hit with a blow, whatever it is, in the middle of the second round. He said, "I'm out of here, y'all. That's it. That's all you're gonna see of me. Period. I'm going back up on the rope, and I'm gone. I'm getting out the ring. I'm going back to Florida. I'm going back to my baby mama. I'm not fucking with this dude no more." That's a fact. If you look at it, it wasn't like he sat there in 3-4 rounds and outclassed me, couldn't do nothing. You know what I mean? No, this looked like somebody that just ain't want to fight in the middle of the second round. Remind me of the Michael. Remind me of the fight. What was the dude that started crying in the ring, Doc? What was the heavyweight dude? Maybe he started crying in the middle of the round. What was his name?
What, recently?
I swear to God. It's Tassel on here. Ask somebody in the chat, Doc. I'm telling. I can't remember who was this fight. It was a heavyweight. It was a long time ago. This is a while ago. We was living though, but it was a while ago.
Yeah.
And he was in the middle. He was fighting, and he started crying in the middle of the ring. He just started crying.
I don't
Swear to
remember,
God.
I don't remember.
Who the? Oh, hold on. Let me Google it. Doc, I'm not. I'm telling.
Nah, I believe you. I ain't saying you lying. But bro, I'm finna go get me some food, man. Your boy hungry, man. I'm about to go ahead and call it, bro. Let me know who it is though in the Discord.
But yeah, I'm gonna find out. And I'm putting in Discord for you.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Shout out to my brother Oster. Shout out to my brother Todd, man. Huh? What you say?
I see you just started crying in the middle of the ring. I'm like,
I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, man. All right, bro.
All right, bro. Be safe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You too. I think Todd might be doing something. But chat, man, appreciate y'all rocking for real, man. Shout out to the love, man. We had a good show today. Hey, man, treat everybody fairly, man. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to say that you don't want certain people to go for certain people because they have something in common, say that about everybody, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Shout out to Vergil Ortiz. He got a great win. I see what Osher's saying. I agree with Osher. I don't think I learned much from Ortiz win over Lubin, but it was a great win though. You know what I'm saying? It's like with Lima and Boots. It's like we didn't learn much from Boots because that was so quick. But I do think that Vergil Ortiz deserves all the credit. But I also think that Erickson Lubin he may not be able to handle the punch as well as he used to. You know what I'm saying? So I think both could be true at the same time. You know, I expected Vergil Ortiz to win. I picked him, but I didn't expect him to win like that. So got to give him his credit. If anybody has Vergil Ortiz ranked number 1, I'm not mad at that. Just for me, I can't have somebody ranked number 1 that doesn't have a belt. You know, I have him ranked ahead of Boots, but I can't have him ranked number 1. You know, if you don't have a belt, you don't have to be ranked number 1 by having a belt. But if you don't have a belt, I can't put you at number 1. I feel like it's just kind of disrespectful. Shout out to Candy Slim. He says, Oliver McCall, man. Peace. I catch the replay. Vergil Ortiz. Bro, they sounded shaky, bro. They sounded shaky, and I don't like it, Candy Slim. Appreciate you said you going to check out the replay. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat that came through. I appreciate y'all as well on this Sunday, man. Start off the week well. I'm going to drop the post for those that, you know, the champs of the week, the top 3 contributors to the stream. Look out for that later on. Shout out to Oscar for the $5. Shout out to Smoochie for the $2. Shout out to Al Booker for the $2. Shout out to the Oster for the $5 Cash App. And yeah, man, shout out to all the members. I appreciate y'all for real. Everybody that renews their membership, I appreciate you. Gifted memberships, I appreciate you. Those that hit the like button, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Share button, all that good stuff with bonbons. But yeah, don't forget to smack that like button if you haven't done so already. But more importantly, remember with God, we can do anything. And without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.